Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your man Hakeem Green, channel live and direct, BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark Madism. Madism Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Madism Sports, episode 88. You know what I mean?
What's good?
Episode 88. That's good, bro.
Yeah. Episode 88, 12 till the big 100. 12 to 100.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're going to have a lively show today. We got a special guest that's going to hop in. Laze Elliot, manager of MOP, the Mash Out Posse.
Okay.
How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw.
Okay.
He does a regular talk program on Facebook. Yeah, so I saw his feed yesterday, and he was talking about the WNBA, the viability of a women's league, of course, with Brittany Griner talk. So I was like, why don't you come on over to Madism Sports and share some of your thoughts with the team? And let's get into it a little bit. And so he's supposed to hop on at 7:10. We're gonna bring him in, talk about that for a half hour or so. And then got Errol Flanagan, aka Pearl.
Pearl Flanagan in the house.
He's gonna be coming through, talk basketball with us. KG supposed to be stopping through.
Oh, okay.
You know, we gotta talk about Skip and Shannon. You know what I mean? You gotta get all that. Not now. Hold on to that. Don't say nothing now. We gonna hold on to that. We'll get that later. You know, but Coach is gonna join us shortly. He said he's got some things to do. He actually had a meeting with Coach Hurley today. A dinner meeting. I hope I ain't divulging too much info, but hopefully he can share some of the details with such a legendary individual as, you know,
which coach?
Coach
sons
Hurley.
Or the father?
I think it was the son. The father retired. No.
Well, I wouldn't call them legends just yet, brother. That's all I'm saying. His father, the father's a legend.
The father's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
the father's in the Hall of Fame. But I mean, Bob Hurley. I mean, the point. I mean, this is
basketball.
High school.
I'm talking about coach wise.
Well, high school though. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah,
okay, I got you. Coaching, I got you.
I'm separating the two.
I'm with you. But I was just talking about the name Hurley is like just, you know.
Yeah, but that don't mean that
because of pops.
They daddy. Yeah.
No doubt.
Pops.
But I mean, you know, you can't front on you know the son's high school and college career, and he made it to the pros. I mean, you know.
I didn't say nothing about basketball. It's about coaching.
Okay, all right.
You trying to combine the two?
No.
I didn't say nothing about basketball. You said Coach Hurley, the legend, Coach Hurley. I'm like, that's the father.
You said which one?
No, I said which one? The father, because that's the legend. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about, because when you said legend, I said there's only one legend that coaches. That's what I'm trying to say. Well,
when Coach get here, we can get his opinion and we can have that conversation. I think that's an interesting conversation. But
impressive nonetheless.
Impressive nonetheless.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love Coach.
All that said, you know how we do each and every week. We're gonna start it off with a video. Everybody out there in Madism Sports World, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we going live and direct. Our guest is in the building. We're gonna run real hip hop for the people, and then come right back with the legendary official legend, Laze Elliot. You know what I mean? My brother. All right, here we go, y'all.
Yeah.
24 hours of peace, love, unity, safely having fun. Real hip hop for the people. It's an engagement. It's a demonstration.
Man, what's going on here, y'all?
Using hip hop culture to get you activated. Let the people hear the bass, the vibration, the love, peace, unity, and watch them add on. It's a culture. It's not just rapping. It's not what we do. It's how we do it. We're doing it right here, Springfield Avenue, between Bergen and Plum. 24 hours straight, man. It's crazy.
Shit.
We the people. The people of the culture.
Yeah, Ron Lawrence. Fire.
The hip hop culture.
Yo, we love rap.
Love it.
Yeah, we do. But it's really about the culture.
Yeah, let them know how.
The culture.
Yeah. What up, man?
You know a hard head makes a soft behind. If I only knew my schoolwork like I knew them rhymes. Mom upside my head, I'm trying to memorize every line. High power rap and breaks, super rhymes. Deep into the culture, didn't even know it. Young entrepreneurs spitting bars like a poet in a rush to be mature behind bars when we blow it. In the bold as rappers too immature to outgrow it. It was more than just music, something next to breathing. I get giddy like a baby trying to spit while I'm feeding. The mic I be squeezing, dropping facts like I'm teaching. Leaking flows for the perfect beat seeking. Mama used to say, take your time, young man. But I'm trying to feel a light so you can see it when I tan. I'm like one I never ran, I'm a fan but never stand. Just take it blackwards to the east, Xing out the clan.
Holy integrated, having omnipresence, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresence, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Pueblo Unido, grassroots Steve Biko. Rule number one, never forget the people. I live that, I get that. Heart all in it, no gimmicks, straight facts. From the start, I'm the light from the dark. Born from black art, knew my part. Daddy gave me, mama made me. North raised me, hip hop saved me. For the culture now, for the black and brown. Harriet Underground, sun up to sundown. Till my people get out, north to down south, spread like word of mouth. While you cowards is hooded, we battle the bullet. Black lives to the fullest. Out here to the end, stronger together, that's the day we win.
Holy integrated, having omnipresence, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresence, we are.
Yeah. But no one stopped to think about the people.
The legends before me are ones I want to get it like, but hitting quick hit different when hitting right. Mob ties, this thing of ours is birthrights. Who's next for the culture and them searchlights? Do it to it, this music, I'm trying to talk through it. Every plan on my own, I watch the line do it. Airborne to Skiki, like a Wendell Pruitt. Trumpets blow, this song's here, melodic ruins. Think for it before they have to think for 'em. Boom bap, I talk that and live enormous. Informers when present and your boy performing, especially when them drums snap by Ryan Lawrence. Do it all, that poet talk of the line crosser. Mini hawk and I speed by and flying saucers. Make it worth it, I can't take no feeble offers. Signed, sealed, and delivered, and you know the offer.
Holy integrated, having omnipresence, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresence, we are. Yeah, the people.
Yes, that was Real Hip Hop for the People by your man Hakeem Green, featuring Do It All Kelly from the Lords of the Underground, Councilman Do It All Kelly from the Lords of the Underground, Amiri Baraka, Chief of Staff for the Honorable Mayor Roz Baraka, and my sister, the Queen, G. Simone from the legendary BDP crew. That's how we doing it. That's off the Aubrey album, which you can stream on your favorite streaming platform, or you can go see your man at HakeemGreen.com and get your copy of Aubrey with the single Real Hip Hop for the People. That's how we doing it. Gentlemen. Okay, so Cliff, just to bring you up to speed, we have a special guest in the queue, my brother Laze Elliot, manager of the legendary Mash Out Posse, otherwise known as MOP. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. The brother does a regular interview thing on Facebook. I like to check in with him. Yesterday I checked in and he was talking about the WNBA, the viability of a women's league. Of course, Brittany Griner. Sounds like it'll be an interesting conversation to have over here with us at IZM Sports. All that said, I'm gonna bring my brother in, Mr.
Yo,
Laze.
what up, y'all?
Uncle Laze, what up, brother?
Come on, man. You know what I mean? We still here, man. We still here, man. Rest in peace to my brother, Granddaddy IU, man.
Rest in peace, Granddaddy IU. Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's such a big loss for the culture, brother.
Biz, you know that we go deep, man. Because Kane and I was roommates in the beginning, and your team, KRS-One moved him into my crib, so it was him and Miss Melody, rest in peace. Yeah. So Biz used to call the house because Kane was writing a lot for Biz, and he would be like, "Yo, Laze, tell Kane I need the rapers," you know what I'm saying? Back in the days, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a lot of history. So I hooked up with IU back in the 40-ounce days. I don't know if you brothers look like y'all around my age.
Oh yeah, we the same generation.
We partake in the private stock.
Yeah. Oh, see, we OB over here. But I got you. We ain't hating on the Valentine Ale or the private stock. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the golden the pink champagne, golden champagne days. That was when it was fly. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we do.
Some apple malt duck for you.
Malt duck. Yeah. We know what it is.
I'm raw Cisco, yo. What's
up? Yeah. See, that's
Boone's Farm in St. Ives, right?
That you try to start all kinds of fights with the Cisco. I see what you're talking about. Salute to the team. Salute to you, my brother. It's funny. I was just texting. Do it all. I saw him on the camera, and he's out in Germany right now working. So he was like, "Yo, tell Hawk." I said, "What up?" You know what I'm saying? He was just chilling.
That's the family right there.
Yeah. Wow, it's funny, man. We are, all of us that have been in this thing, a thing of ours. I heard you say that. Shout out to Billy Dance. He has a song talking about this thing of ours. Mm-hmm. We talk about this thing of ours, man. It's funny how our little cluster of us are getting much smaller and smaller because we keep losing people that we came up with. Is almost like I'm losing my family. You know what I'm saying? Every day another one of my brothers go down. So I appreciate the time that I spend, because at this point in time and health is the currency. That's the real money right now, was the time.
Health
and so this time right here is special to me. So I thank you, and I'm humbled that you would have me on today. So thank you, brother. Salute.
Nah, big bro, you know what it is, man. I always looked up to you. You've been laying it down in the culture and the industry, but the culture for so long. Your name precedes you, your reputation precedes you, and you've done nothing but live up to all the great things that I learned before actually meeting you. You know what I mean? So, that said, I like to tune into your conversation because your conversations are always intelligent. You go beyond just the surface. And in that, this is a sports show. My
we get at them too. We call out. You can curse on here a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now we go. I'm smoking weed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can call out the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of that shit is bullshit. Listen. Right. I got a lot of friends in sports. I know a lot of ball players. I grew up with them. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm in my mid 50s now. I'm a few years away from 60. And coming out of Brownsville, that's like I live to be 100 years old. So I'm happy every day I get, you know what I'm saying? So I play golf, you know what I'm saying? I took up golf because they said we couldn't play the game, and I'm nice at it. I was like, damn, if I knew I was that nice at golf, I just took that shit up early. You know what I'm saying? But I got nice at it. So I be beating all of the people that's supposed to. You know how when you get
you talking to two golfers right here, Wes and Cliff, they get it in for years in
Wes
the game.
Is still in the game.
Get it, let's go.
Yeah. And
we got to force them right here. Where y'all at? Let's go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's the handicaps? Come on, let's go. We put it on the table, baby.
I'm a 12.
You're 12. Okay, I respect that. I give you two aside. I respect that. That.
He said I give you two aside. I don't want no strokes.
Okay, we'll take that. No doubt. I respect you. I like that.
We just gotta see each other out there. I just like to see how you look.
That's right. You gotta golf your ball. I'm a 6, but we gotta golf your ball. I respect that.
You scratching the surface.
You scratching.
Yeah. I don't practice. That's why I'm a 6. If I practice, I probably would be. But I show up when I need to show up. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I like that. And I always like to play with good people because good people bring good things out of me.
But that's what if you a player, you know what golf is. That's really it's about camaraderie and fellowships, and let's get together and doing what we do. You know what the game is about.
And like you said, you hit it on the head. They said we couldn't do it, right? So it's like as soon as you tell me I can't do something, I'm gonna do something real well.
Hey, we can't do something that we damn near invented.
Listen, I was Tiger Woods before Tiger Woods. I was playing golf in junior high school, yo.
Back
in 88, 87. I'm talking about.
You the hustler. You the hustler.
I did play in college, but I started back in the day, and then when I couldn't play college baseball or basketball, I resorted to golf. But I love the game. It's something you can't dominate it. You can only.
That's the one you'll never win. You'll never beat.
It's only as good as your last swing.
Yeah,
exactly.
This game.
Wow. Now, the reason why I wanted you on the show was the conversation around the WNBA, and of course, Brittany Griner, welcome home. That sister, coming back. He got his face in his hand right now.
First of all, we traded it. She got traded for a shooter. That's what my man D Parks said. She got traded for a shooter. I give that to my man D Parks. He worked with the NBA.
He's been on here a few times. D Parks is a friend of the show.
That's the homie. That's family right there.
Yeah, that's family. Like I said, he's been on the show a few times. My guy right there. So yeah.
So let me just say this first and foremost. As a guy who loves sports, I love basketball. I played it, when I was younger, before the knees are gone. I did everything. I boxed. I played basketball. I did everything. I played squash. I'm an athlete. I respect the athleticism of the female athletes, the WNBA. The problem with WNBA is they don't make no money. They don't put nobody in the seats. That's just the reality. So, like, for instance, this Brittany Griner story was big news on Friday. By Monday, it was out of here. Nobody cares about it because nobody really want to see them play. No disrespect to the women, but nobody really want to see y'all play. Y'all got to put like a rap concert in the middle of that to make it extra to pack the stadium or whatever. Add it to some undercard it. It's barely D-League basketball, and as dope as they are, I mean, at the end of the day, I'd rather see. The story about Brittany Griner was that she was in the gulag out in Siberia. That's what the story was. Now that she's home, it ain't no more story. It is what it is, man. She's a dope player, 6'9". Go play with the fellas. Now, when the girl go play with the fellas, now we talking. Now we talking basketball. Now go hoop up with LeBron and them. Go lace up with them, and then see where it's at. Then I will respect it. Or lower the rims, make it fun.
Wow.
Nah, that's a real statement. I mean, when you think about it, like. When the WNBA, like you said, we respect their athleticism, their hustle, and what they're doing, and the craft. But the reality is, the NCAA women's tournament is more popular than WNBA.
Yeah, they got to make it more about entertainment. Like you said, incorporate a concert, make an undercard, do some, but it is good basketball. It's just a matter of nobody cares. So you just got to make it more of a spectacle.
The WNBA is a microcosm. Is a microcosm of our country.
I would rather watch women's volleyball than watch WNBA basketball. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, no disrespect to the women. The male players play ball. So when you want to see a dude play ball, and even the ball play in the NBA is still a little bit stunted because it's kind of controlled by the league. The format is controlled by the league. You understand? I'd rather go to the park and see somebody get their ass busted in the park. Sometimes it's even more fun to watch it to get his ass shooken in the park than it is to watch now. You can't even hit him now in the NBA. Now,
because in the park, cats is actually trying to play D. They get crossed up. They getting crossed up for real. Dudes in the NBA don't even play defense to get crossed up. They don't want to be on a social media highlight.
That's true. That's true.
That's their brand. They don't want to mess up their brand.
I want to circle back around to Wes's point in that the college NCAAs has a built-in market. Like they show out for women's basketball on the college level.
They got a captive audience. Where you gonna go?
Yeah. But it's still it's a culture that's been bred over time, over a long period of time. Because there's other sports events on college campuses that don't draw the competition. I mean the fans like women's basketball. And how does the WNBA create that type of energy in the community, to that level of appreciation? Maybe not to the degree of the NBA. And even that said, what people dismiss is the growth of the NBA over a long period of time. How the market
you just made the point
with the brand.
75 years for the NBA. Mm-hmm. It's just 25 years in the WNBA. They was playing in Radio City music halls. I used to go to the game. My brother Gus Johnson was a sports. He was the voice of the Knicks at the time back then, and he used to call the WNBA games. And now they're now starting to get better. The athletes are getting better. You know, it's getting, you know, now we're excited to see one of them dunk. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, but it ain't where it's gonna be right now. It's a subsidized league. It's not gonna make no money. If the NBA decides tomorrow to get rid of the league, it's gone.
Yeah.
Truth, Jimmy. I'm listen. If you want me to give it to you flat, you know, I got a show called The Raw Perspective. I gave it to you raw. I'm not gonna cut. I ain't gonna hold it back. It is what it is.
That's why we got you on here.
Yeah. Especially nowadays when they talking about equal and women and all this other stuff. Listen, at the end of the day, my sisters, I'm gonna talk to my sisters. I love you, sisters. I love y'all. Y'all beautiful, man. But y'all not me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm me. I'm a king. You are smarter, you are better, you are worth protecting. My job is to protect you, and I do not want to see you play basketball. I want to see you swim. I want to see you do gymnastics, ice skating, and play ball. That's cool, but you should not get paid equal as the male players.
No. Equals one thing, right? Equals one thing, but like you said, when women start dunking, right, or the more they like, I think that I could see that. I could see the athleticism of the women's game getting better. I'm not gonna say comparable to the men, never gonna say that, but I could see it gradually becoming more athletic and more entertaining.
I'm gonna talk to Cliff, aka Zach over here. Yo, Cliff, check this out. When you go to the park, if you go to the park and you see a bunch of chicks, boom, just throwing it down, that's when it's gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never see that. It's volleyball. I mean, I'm being provocative to my brother Hawk, but it's volleyball until that happens. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why you have to make it more about entertainment. You have to make that product that you want people to put money into to come see, to fill up stadiums and all that. You know, it can't be about basketball on the female side right now. It got to be about more of entertainment. You got to market more into it. You got to parlay whatever city, like what's the like the Aces, parlay that with UNLV relationship. You know what I'm saying, to get those women fans or whatever. But these city teams have to start parlaying with the momentum from the NCAA women's teams, like the South Carolina Rangers, all these type of things, because and then you like you said, incorporate a concert into something else. But it has to be more about the entertainment value and not solely on the basketball to increase their fan base.
Yeah, you got two basketball dads here. Cliff has a son and Wes has a daughter, both interested in basketball. So you guys see the interest on the grade school level in terms of women and their interest in it. And I don't know, I'm not a dad, so I can't speak to that. But can you guys like just speak to it? Like, what's the vibe around basketball with young girls?
Well, Cliff, I don't know how old your daughter or your son is.
13.
Okay, he's 13. So mine is 11, and I can tell you that I get what y'all are saying. I have like a realistic goal for her in terms of what I know she can accomplish at that level, because when you're around it at her age, there's probably like 3 girls that can actually play when you got 10 on the court, right? Mm-hmm. And the other 7, their parents want them to play, and they have to fill out a roster. So then when they fall, everybody's screaming and acting like the referees didn't do their job and stuff like that, because again, they're girls, right? So you have a different type of threshold in terms of even how they get officiated, right? Because nobody want to see nobody, especially at 11 years old, get hurt. You got the parents, I'm married to one, she'll tell me, go talk to that referee. The girl got elbowed, and I'm like, well, she playing her game, so I'm like, I'll go up to the ref and be like, hey, you see that lady sitting next to me over there? Just talk to me like you talking to me, because she want me to talk to you. I'm not really saying nothing. I do a good job.
Right. I'm being a little hyperbolic, man, because and let me be a little more sensitive to the fact that your daughter's in the game, because trust me, the great thing about sports in college and school level, it teaches kids how to complete tasks.
That's the part I like the camaraderie part of it, right? But I also educate her. I educate her expectations with it, right? Like my daughter, My daughter got better hands with a football than half the kids at her age that try to catch a football. My daughter know how to get toe. My daughter know how to do toe tap in terms of keeping her feet in bounds and stuff like that. Like, but she doesn't. I know she can't play football. You know what I'm saying? But that she loves to run and catch the football. It's crazy. What I do with her is she's good at a lot of things. My daughter can hit a golf ball 80 yards down the fairway. So I expose her to everything. She's a great swimmer. She's in gymnastics. I expose her to everything, but I already know where her talent's gonna be, because at the end of the day, golf, swimming, and maybe gymnastics is gonna be something that's gonna be more achievable for her. Where basketball has an end game, and those other things don't have a real end game. They may seem like the end, but the Olympics are there. There's training. You can parlay that into your own type of. You could be a teacher. You know, so it's this thing she can do in those other arenas, especially with, like, if I get her to commit to golf, I'll be happy. But I do understand that the end game in basketball, they gotta go overseas to make money. They don't make no money in the WNBA, so they gotta leave their families and leave whatever they got going on just to make a couple of dollars, and then that's time away from family. So really, what you gain? Nothing.
Yeah. Well, you know, at college level, 90-something% of the players don't make it anyway. And most of the players, they go off into the corporate world. So from a college level, I think, like on the pro level, I don't think that there's really a place for women's basketball. I think it's a joke. But on the college level, I think there is a place for it, because
it's a network.
Right. So definitely a good network. It makes sense on a college level, and most college sports make sense. But at the end of the day, you're not going to be a professional a javelin thrower. Nobody. After you finish
you start throwing the javelin, you're done. Right.
You're done. You're going into endorsements or whatever else you're going into. So the same thing for college basketball for women, and most men's college basketball players, they go off into the corporate world as well.
Same thing. Like that's what I was going to say. Like when if you just want to be realistic with it and talk real stuff, there's only 485 dudes in the NBA.
That's right.
It's like 25 million people that play basketball, right? So you're not even talking about a big crop of cats that leave college and go into the NBA. It's only 485 dudes that do that professionally. That's it.
And you're looking at a cat like Carmelo's sitting back, still trying to get in.
Yeah, so it's an exclusive. That's an exclusive club, right? So that just shows you how fickle the game really is when you really look at it from an entertainment value. People are paying to see 485 of the best people play, not some, because you got the next 500 dudes that aren't in the NBA are better than the first 3,000 women that are playing.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Uncle Laze. I gotta bring in Dr. Coach Eric Harrield, another brother on our host panel. He's a little tardy today, but he has some very important business that we want to be nosy and get into later. we definitely want to be all up in your business, you know.
Yeah, we got to be all up, Coach. We got to be up all in your business.
What's up, Coach? You about to spank us? We've been talking a lot of crap about women's basketball over here.
Now, Coach ain't gonna like that now.
Oh, y'all's just sexist, man. Y'all.
All right, so bring it down, Coach. Because you know, Uncle Laze was saying the viability of the women's league is suspect. He was like, it's fugazi. You know, I was trying to toe the line too, fellas. Okay, was I trying to?
Let me tell you, Coach. I've been on this pod for a minute, and I've watched y'all talk about women's basketball. That you and Hakeem go at it, and I've been on a Vine for about a year, which y'all talk about women's basketball. And Hakeem was definitely toting the line tonight.
Oh yeah. I was the asshole tonight. I'll be honest with you. I was going in.
It's all cap, because they talk about they not making no money. They, and it's not even about that. It's just, of course, the women shouldn't get paid the same amount as the men. Nobody's saying that. They should get paid the same percentage as the men receive from their deals. And that's where my thing is. It's not about them. Nah, they're not supposed to make millions of dollars, but they should be getting the same percentages as the men are getting off of their TV deals. And, will always tell me, back in the 70s and 80s, ain't nobody care about the NBA and their salaries. Back in the 70s and 80s, the NBA's TV deal was nighttime tape delay. The women's league got a real ESPN deal. You know, they're on several times a week. They're making good money, and they should be paid the same percentages. That's all I'm saying. That's equitable. We're not looking at equal. We're looking at equitable.
Well, from an equitable space, if that's the case, then they would probably owe money because the league loses $10 million a year.
That's cap. That's cap too. They really don't lose money. They lose money from a ticket sales stadium standpoint, which they're writing off anyway because those owners own those stadiums. You can't lose money really on something that you own. You know,
well, it costs money to operate them stadiums. You know that, right? Yeah,
it costs money, but look, they got that money because most of the owners of the WNBA teams are owners of the NBA teams, and all that money, as much as they like to say it's separate, it's the same bank.
Nah, I ain't with that right there.
The same
bank. I'm trying to be respectful because anybody that has a name coach, we respect all coaches first and foremost. I want to be respect all coaches first and foremost. Let me just say this: doesn't stand Dr. Coach too. I got to give respect to and the coach. There's two levels of respect, but I got to be easy. but listen, Dr. Coach, I'm just saying, does this league stand on his own too?
No.
Yes and no. From an ownership standpoint, because it's the same owners.
No,
yes,
it's not.
Yeah, no, it is. Like
not in every situation.
Not in every situation.
Well, not in every situation. And you know what I'm saying. You eat what you kill.
You know, in most situations,
and we gonna help you.
Where the women at? Well, how come the women ain't supporting the league? Where the ladies at?
Oh, they are
still in the stadium. Where the ladies at?
It's the type of women that's supporting them that they're not talking about.
Oh well, that too.
That's the problem.
Nobody wants to have that conversation.
That's another conversation. You're right about that, Doc.
70-80% are supporting them, but we don't want to talk about who's really supporting.
Yep.
Yeah, but the stadiums are still not even half full. You know.
Well, that's some of them because now you got the Connecticut Sun that actually plays in Mohegan Sun Arena.
Yeah,
and they selling that out because that's the perfect size. No, they shouldn't be playing in Madison Square Garden or Barclays or you got to have the right arenas. You know that's just how it goes.
Radio City Music Hall and lower the rims. Is that what we're saying?
You don't have to lower the rims because Brittany Griner dunking on anybody out here.
All right. Well, speaking of Brittany Griner,
I hacked the hell out of Brittany Griner. You ain't gonna dunk.
Brittany Griner gives you work in the post.
I know Listen, Dr. Coach, I'm too old to be thinking about. I couldn't even. My leg hurt talking about playing against Brittany right now, so I ain't even messing around.
So Brittany just had a horrible experience. I can't fathom the depths of hell this person has seen over the last 10 months or so.
Yeah.
Now, Brother Laze, because of his work in the entertainment industry, has spent a significant amount of time in Russia.
Yeah.
Can you give us some idea of, what her experience may have been like, her not speaking the language?
Well, first of all, it's different. And if you travel the world, like I have looped the world many times, you gotta first of all have the strategy. And this is a problem where they're not getting paid enough money. They don't have the proper handlers to sort of school them on how to deal with these situations. She walked into a situation in Russia, and even though she in our laws, she has only a small, some oil, whatever the case may be. But if you walk in there with contraband in Russia, whatever the political situation is, they will arrest you. Not only will they arrest you, they will put you in jail. Now, I agreed. I said on my morning joint, I was like, listen, if it was LeBron James or Steph Curry, he'd have got out in a week. Obviously, it's a different conversation. But at the end of the day, if you can't go to Singapore and spit on the ground, they will beat you and put you in jail for 10 years. If you travel the world, especially me, I've traveled with artists. Hakeem, he's been around the world. He understands what it is to travel. The first thing we get schooled on is the rules of the game. When you walk into this country, this is how you got to handle yourself. Everything is not the United States of America. We have what we call an American arrogance. Even black and white people, and even though subjugated black people have an American arrogance, where we walk in the country thinking that the rules that apply in America apply in these countries. It does not. If she'd have walked into Italy, at Vatican City, with that same oil, she still would have been in jail. even though it's not like Russia. At the end of the day, you got to know what you're walking into, and that is the fault of the league and the fault of the people that handle her to tell her, yo, this is how you move. Get rid of all that when you walk into Russia, and you got to go in clean, or else they will arrest you. I'm telling you, I've been there. I've seen it. I've dug artists out of jail left and right, coming from Amsterdam, getting high and everything, and then walking into another country and then having to deal with it and have to sit in another jail system until they figure out what they're going to do. They're about to kill the soccer player in Iran. They're about to kill this man in Iran because of what they're saying, that he was supporting the protesters in Iran. It's real out there in the rest of this world, and if you don't respect the laws of the country you walk in, you won't have some real problems. So look.
Yeah. And on top of the fact, Russia was at war with the West at that point.
Yeah, well, Russia's still at war with the rest. And at the end of the day, listen, me and Brother Hawk talked about this. There's a lot of things going on with Russia. There was way too many to get into this conversation today. But at the end of the day, you got Estonia over here, you got Finland over here. Everybody's moving into NATO. You know, at the end of the day, they're pushing that man into the corner, and he hates the West anyway. So at the end of the day, I'm surprised he ain't popped off a nuke already. It's definitely a tough situation in this world right now. And sometimes we live in America, we live in a bubble. So we don't even understand the political landscape of what's happening on the planet Earth. And trust me, everything that's happening out there will affect us over here. We are not immune to what's going on, so we got to pay attention.
You know, Laze, one of the things, it's really great that you're on here tonight, because from a manager standpoint, that's where Brittany was really failed.
Yes.
Whoever her agent was, or manager, whoever she had, failed her, and they should be called a task.
Yes.
Because she should have known the rules. She should have known before you got to the airport. There should have been a phone call. Hey, you make sure your bag is clean. Make sure you know your person is clean, whatever, because you know you can't go through customs or through the airport under those circumstances.
Yeah, but I think she knew that. She had been there years. She'd been going there for 5 or 6 years prior to that. I think, to be honest with you, as a traveler, as a weed smoker, as a cat that smuggled into many different.
Come on, man. Hey.
I'm just telling you, it's how I got down. She probably was arrogant about it.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
Got a little careless, you know, and then because she'd been going there. She knows.
That's why it's up to her manager or agent.
But
to be on top of those things.
The stakes were extremely high. Like they were extra high. It wasn't the same.
Oh, yeah, because of the war that just started.
Exactly.
So when you talk about having a manager or somebody to handle, that's again goes to the problem of a league with a very small budget as opposed to handlers. The NBA has handlers. D Park actually is one of the handlers for the NBA. He's out there dealing with people all the time, and sometimes there's people to take the weight. When I take artists overseas, sometimes we go over there, and sometimes, like for instance, one of my artists had brass knuckles in his bag, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, damn, I forgot I had the brass knuckles in my bag." So I took the brass knuckles myself, let him go through, and then I went and sat there and talked to the police, and then I was able to articulate the situation. I just gave up the brass knuckles, they let me go. But ultimately, had he walked in with the brass knuckles, he'd have been jammed. So the point I'm making is, without having the budget, an underfunded league doesn't have the budget to get the quality personnel that you need to handle, and that's the problem with the WNBA. They don't have the funding in order to actually develop the league. It's only because it's young, 25 years old. I'm saying another 25 years, maybe they're going to be dunking. It's going to be the biggest thing in the world. I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's not funded well enough to have these people out here traveling. Artists,
her agent
best player too. That's your best player too.
Based on the WNBA. Her agent is based on whatever league she's playing in.
Mm-hmm.
So they getting paid off of her WNBA. They getting paid off of her Russia. They getting paid off all that. So they got to take care.
They failed her. They failed her. Even if it's her own arrogance. Even if it's her own arrogance.
Her
your team is supposed to save you from yourself. That's why you pay them. Yep. But that said, my brother Laze, I appreciate you so much for taking time.
Amen.
You know what I mean, bruh? This is home. Whenever you feel like you need to, you know, spit some bars on this IZM Sports, feel free to give me a holler. We're gonna put it together.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna hit you up, man. I need you on Thursday morning. I'm gonna wake you up early on Thursday. All right.
So man, I wish I would have had more time with you, Laze, but appreciate
Hey, listen, y'all come see me. I'll be up every morning, Monday through Thursday, in a Raw Perspective. Check me out on the MOP page on YouTube. It's the morning emails. I'll be there from 6:30 to 5:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. in the morning. Y'all come holler at me, and I'm gonna have brother Hawk on Thursday morning. We're gonna go through. I'm gonna pick his brain a little bit too, so he can come in here and act a fool on my joint.
I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My man, pleasure, man.
Great night, man,
bro.
Appreciate you. One.
Yeah, good brother right there. Old school cat. Let me not say old school. True school cat.
Mm-hmm.
Let me not do that. I'm bugging.
Our school.
Yeah, our school cat.
Our school cat.
Yeah, you know, Big Daddy Kane was his roommate.
Hey, Coach. Can you come back in? Because you frozen for a minute. We hear you, but your mouth is not moving.
Hold on.
You know what?
Can you see me?
I can still hear. We've heard you for a while,
but you're just frozen.
You're frozen. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's bring in our next.
You can hear
guest.
Me. Yeah. We've been hearing you for a minute.
Yeah.
Is it that you froze up for like your face just froze up, but you were talking, but there was your face was staying the same.
Yeah. Let's bring in our old friend, Pearl Flanagan.
Pearl Flanagan.
Earl
what
Pearl.
Up? What up, brother?
What's good? What's good? Can you guys hear me?
What's good? Yeah.
Yo, we can't call you a guest no more. You just family. So
yes,
what's happening, man?
You know, you just family. You just here.
Yeah. All good. Y'all caught the tail end of that. You know that Britney scenario. Just to add to that before you move on.
Okay.
That Ukraine war was just kicking off, so I think there was a rush and haste to kind of just pack up and get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? With that war just kicking off, so I think she may have been a mishap and she overlooked it. You know, rushing to get out of there and packing up things and just trying to go. It could have been a possibility.
Nah, she was coming in. She was entering.
No, she was leaving.
She was leaving.
Yeah, she was leaving.
Yeah, they were all trying to get up out of there because the Ukraine war just started.
She was leaving Russia. She got detained.
Ukraine war just jumped off.
I thought she was coming in.
No, they had all been notified to get up out of there, and they were all getting out of there to come back because they didn't know what was going to happen.
Wow.
So it could have been one of those things where she just didn't, take the time to really dissect everything and before she got up out of there and was caught in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
possible.
Yeah, whatever the case may be,
But the handlers definitely got to be in play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
You're not even packing.
That's they get paid, dude.
Yeah, they supposed to check your bag. They're supposed to pack your bag for you. You put your clothes down, whatever they pack the bag, make sure you're good. On that level of the game, why not?
Yeah, just too comfortable.
Yeah. You're at war. The Russia just declared war in the West. You could be used as a political tool. All that said, I'm glad she's home. She didn't need to be locked up in no Russian jail.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not at all.
We did talk about this as soon as it happened, and we all said, hopefully we're not talking about this a year from now, her still being locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was looking at 9.5 years.
I know.
Yeah. But wow. So, let's switch from WNBA to the NBA.
Woo-hoo.
Actually, before we go there, let's not do that yet. Let's get into this Skip Bayless being disrespectful to Shannon Sharp conversation.
Been done. That cat.
I've never liked Skip Bayless. So I've never been a fan of Skip Bayless.
I lost respect for him 10, 12 years. I mean, when he was at ESPN, I ain't really respect him.
Yeah.
And but it's just over the years, he's gotten worse.
He's like I said, he's a typical white dude that once you make them comfortable, they feel they say whatever the fuck they want to say. And he was out of pocket. But again, the worst thing that I heard this week was when a black man said, "Oh, but do you see Shannon take his glasses off and slam him on the thing?" he need to apologize for Skip because that was disrespectful.
Wait, who said that?
Black man.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like,
Jason Whitlock.
You focused on. He said that was an aggressive move. I said so. His aggression is overlooked by his reaction to the aggression because Skip was out of bounds and aggressive with his comment because that was out of bounds.
Multiple times.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Now, no. I've seen Shannon enough. It's no secret that Shannon don't like Tom Brady, right? Like he does throw a lot of smoke at Tom Brady, and just like Skip don't like LeBron James. Like they can't even get out their own way when it comes to those two people, right? But I don't think that Shannon deserved to be spoken to in a way. And then Skip was talking for white America when he said Tom Brady's the best athlete ever to play, GOAT athlete. So that's the problem. That's what he felt comfortable saying. Tom Brady ain't the best athlete we ever. Just get him off the set. This like Jalen Rose did exactly what you got to do with a cat like him. Jalen Rose handled him perfectly. Bring up your stats as an athlete. 1.6 points a game.
Shannon almost said, "I'm better than you."
Yeah.
But he held it. He said it, but he
brought it back.
He brought it back. He didn't really go in. Right. He should have went in. Like he should explain to him how, bro. Me even having a conversation with you. Why I'm lending all types of credibility to your bullshit
to
perspective.
You.
I've played the game at the highest of levels, 3 Super Bowls, an MVP, and I'm in the Hall of Fame. I'm arguably the best in my position.
Three-time winner, Super Bowl winner. But the thing about it, the format is effed up in that show. That's why I don't like watching it. Why Shannon gotta always go first? He got like his little 6 minutes or 2 minute spiel, and then Skip get to close it out. He never gets to retort. It's because it's Skip getting to say the last thing.
Well,
he
doesn't
say anything. He don't bring no value. He don't say nothing important.
Yes, Shannon is the show, and Shannon is grateful that Skip brought him on and put him in place, so he doesn't want to really, go in on him too hard. But I think it's time for Shannon to really step up and show his value because the show would be shit without Shannon. And that's why Skip brought him because he knows he really doesn't have any value.
He don't have no fan base. People don't care about Skip Bayless.
No.
It's time for Shannon to leave.
Yes,
absolutely. That's what I said. Time for him to get his own situation. Well, his podcast is decent, but I think you need to get off of that show. Period.
Yeah, me too.
Do any of y'all watch his podcast?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, his podcast is
really good.
It's way better.
Good. It's time for him to leave.
And it's a nice diversified group of guests too, from all walks, from athletes to entertainers to women, men, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's fair. He's not beating anybody down.
Skip Bayless goes in on as many black men as he possibly can, where he sees fit. And Shannon, he'll probably play that when there's racial issues. He'll side with the black American, like he gets it. But then he takes those same shots because I'm not a LeBron fan, but I'm not gonna hate like Skip be hating. That's some bullcrap the stuff he says. I mean, I can't even support some of the stuff he be saying.
And it's a lot of it is because he just never played the sport.
Yeah.
Anything. He never played anything.
He played basketball. He had 1.6 points a game, and they made Jalen Rose apologize for saying
1.4.
1.4. Yeah.
Yeah, because 1.6 you could actually round up to 2. 1.4.
You wrote it down to 1. You're right.
Yep. You're right. Yeah. No, but
I think I kind of had to take it a little. He's jealous because he's not black. I think Skip is definitely one of those boys who envies black people.
Envies black athletes.
I think black people.
No, I think it's athletes because you ever see his workouts? He's always trying to show how he looks with his how fit he is as an athlete. He's a wannabe, man.
Yeah,
he never was.
Yeah.
You guys know backstory. He was raised by a black woman.
Yeah, I know. His mammy. He talked about her name was Mammy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Her name was what?
Mammy.
No, stop it.
Yes.
Yeah, come on,
Stop it. Nah, get the fuck.
That's his mammy, yo.
His mammy.
Nigga, no, stop it. No,
he was raised by a mammy.
He was
His
not
mammy raised
raised by a black woman named Mammy. I'm not gonna believe that.
And his cousin was slave catcher.
Bro, like you think of Jerry Jones just happened to be at the 1957. like we learned about that shit in grade school, bro. Junior high school. We learned about that particular incident at that high school. We learned about that shit. Jerry Jones was there. That's some Forrest Gump shit.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what's going on.
Skip Bayless, who has all this pretentious love towards black people or the black athlete.
Just black envy, that's all.
Was raised by a black woman named Mammy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord have mercy. Who wrote this, yo?
Yeah. Don't get any better than that.
You can't get no better than that.
That shit makes so much like that. That makes so much sense.
Jalen Rose, man. Jalen Rose is
he don't respect Shannon Ackerman as a football player. He said, and then he's dissing Byron Leftwich. Like Byron Leftwich can't coach Tom Brady. Like there's no coaches that can like who's coaching Tom? Like
I agree with him. Byron Leftwich can't coach Tom Brady because Tom Brady's uncoachable.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that's a deficiency on Tom Brady's behalf.
That's a great point.
Ego won't allow him to take direction from anybody other than Tom Brady.
Yes,
that's the problem with he thinks got moved around. Who's the head coach they won the Super Bowl with?
Belichick.
No, not
Arians.
Arians.
Yeah,
Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians. That was that probably. He doesn't want to submit to anything. And I get it. Coming from where he came from, 12th round draft pick. I mean, a lot of doubters in the building when it came to Tom Brady's career. And, he's shined more than anybody else. But in order to continue to shine, man, you have to be able to be malleable and work within a group. And I think at this point,
you get to that point as an athlete where if you win as much as he did, that you feel like it might be you, and it don't matter who the coach is, you know more than the coach. Yeah. And I think that happened in New England. He got to the point where he needed to prove that it was him. It wasn't Bill, Belichick. He goes to Tampa and he proves it. It wasn't Bill Belichick. It was him.
Yeah, but all this year ain't all about Brady, yo. It's about the team. The whole team has underperformed. And I think the bigger question is, do these men respect Todd Bowles like they respected Arians? And I think that's the bigger question. And I don't really think they do. Because it's the same team, yo.
It's not. It's bad people. It's Shaq Barrett, it's Sue ain't there.
And they're not as deep. But it's almost pretty much the same team. And this team this year is trash.
Hold on 1 second, Cliff. I'm sorry. Big shout out to JT in the building. No doubt. I see you, player. Appreciate you checking in with us each and every week. Big shout out to JT, no doubt. The first half of the season, he was dealing with marital issues. He wasn't showing up to practice.
It's tons of players that deal with that all year.
He wasn't showing up to practice. He disappeared for 2.5 weeks. Nobody's doing that.
You can't give him a pass. Everybody got.
He don't get a pass. I'm
not giving him a pass. I'm saying that all of that has an effect on the level of play on the whole team because if the quarterback ain't right, especially if you're Tom Brady, the leader, that you're crafting the game plan. You're the guy, you're the one pulling all the strings. Well, if your mind ain't right, nobody else is going to be right.
And look, he's won Super Bowls with some trash teams. Let's be real.
It's defensive. He's won. His first 3 were gimmies. Like everybody said, oh, Tom Brady, he won 7. No, he was along for the ride for the first 3. The defense won those Super Bowls. He was the game manager along with the defensive field goal kickers. Yeah. So that's what.
If you're going to praise him for those wins, you now got to criticize him for his losing.
Right.
And I think that's what Shannon
Shannon goes. Yeah. Because Shannon don't like him, but Shannon gives facts with
he
his.
speaks the truth. Now,
Skip gives facts with his LeBron stuff.
He can't hide his hate for Brady, but Shannon can hide his hate for a lot of people. But he has facts to support his hate.
Right. And he's factual.
Let me get some clarity. Does he hate Brady, or he's just like he dislikes him because of whatever? But is it a hate? Because I would think that he don't attack Brady. He just, like you said, he gave you the facts.
He throws shade at Brady.
I mean, Brady is a Trump supporter, so rightfully so.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that Brady kind of turns people off. It's a lot of ways, and then he's the golden boy where he can do no wrong. And when Shannon sees an opportunity, he's like, "Hold up! I thought he was a goat. He playing like shit."
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like,
because
I know
when
Shannon.
When you look at Brady, and I'm not comparing these other quarterbacks to Brady because they haven't won as many times. But when you look at Skip's commentary, like even when you think about he's a Cowboy fan with Dak Prescott, he's condescending, man. He says he supports Dak Prescott, but he takes every chance he can get a shot to take at him, he does it. Now some of it is viable, but I just feel like he goes overboard. Like there'll be games where dude just ain't play up to your like Cooper Rush was never in the conversation. And he ran with that like for weeks and weeks and weeks that Cooper Rush was a better quarterback. Like, give me a break.
And he wanted a QB controversy.
Yeah, he was supporting it. And if you notice, even with Skip with that, like he ain't talk about Jerry Jones with that picture.
No.
He didn't say nothing.
Yeah. And normally, that was his opportunity.
He knows Jerry Wayne, whatever his name is. He always call him by his three names. Jerry Wayne Jones, whatever his name is. He always talking all like I know him very well. He was a church mouse when it came to that picture.
I think the other day, well, what was it, yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday, right? That all this went down. I think he showed his true colors.
Yeah, he did. That's who he is.
You know what that felt like? It felt like maybe Shannon already put his walking papers in, and Skip was like, "You mother."
Very possible. It's very possible.
It's possible.
I know one thing. I can just imagine his brother, who he looks up to and thinks highly of, is Sterling Sharp, is in his ear saying, "Listen, man, don't let that mother, talk to you like that, man. You're gonna have to make a move." I'm sure they got private conversations going on.
Yeah,
and it's not gonna be
because once you in the Hall of Fame, the football Hall of Fame, like, your word is golden. Like I ain't having no motherfucking debate with you. He said,
so.
Right.
You know what though? All that didn't he? The kicker for me, like the icing on the cake, was when he said, "Put your glasses back.
Put your glasses back on."
But he almost said, "Effing glasses back on."
Yeah.
Sudden, and it was just like he was telling him to do that. Like it was like, what?
Effing glasses back. Like you ain't gonna do nothing to me.
Right. Like right there, he sunned him to a point of, I don't respect you. I don't care what you've done. You're not as great. You're not as great. I already told you, you're not as great as this white man.
Yeah.
You all your accolades are nothing.
He also said all your other black friends ain't good as this white man either.
That's what he said.
That's what he
He's
said.
the greatest football player ever. No, he's
That's
it.
Sports athlete.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He puts him over Michael Jordan too.
He put him over everybody.
Yeah.
He's
that's a joke. He buys on that one.
Wow, he's wilding.
His wife don't even believe that.
Shannon has to leave, man.
Yeah, I think Shannon need to go. I mean, that's just the bottom line. But yeah, he definitely clowned himself. That was a bad look for even the show, to be honest with you.
No, it's a terrible look for the show.
Yeah,
if you guys ever check Jamel Hills, she did a take on Skip a few years ago and her relationship with him, because he kind of helped her, when she first came there, she said, at ESPN. And she talked about how he tried to, he sent her emails trying to disrespect her when she supported Carrie Champion.
Yeah.
Skip would try to have everybody kissing his, kissing the ring.
Yeah.
And Carrie Champion wasn't going for it, really. She did her own thing, which is why she didn't last as long.
Yeah.
And Jamel Hill supported her. And he didn't like that because he felt like he brought Jamel in, kind of helped Jamel advance her career. So he kind of disrespected her, like, yeah, you're siding with the enemy, that type of thing, in emails. And she was like, I looked at this dude like, you know, you don't own me. Like, what's wrong with you? And then she shared that information with Carrie Champion, and they knew how he operated.
Yeah.
So they kept the distance from him. So he doesn't have a lot of friends. He have some friends with people that know him, and they'll show him respect to keep the career situation right. But he doesn't have a lot of people who like him and respect him.
Yep.
Not surprised, but yeah.
I mean, and you get to that point with anybody who is your so-called, not necessarily your boss, but could be your mentor,
right?
You know, where you outgrow them. It's time to move on. And
they're doing better things.
You know,
and when you look at all the podcasts out here, like, I mean, we got over 1,000 people that subscribe to this channel, right? And that's a blessing, right? But when you kind of put it in perspective, like, times are changing, right? People don't need that ESPN platform to get their information about what they want to hear.
Yep.
People want to go to people that they want to listen to.
Yep.
They don't need to hear a lot of garbage. Now, some people do need the garbage, right? Because that's what they believe in that. But when you really look at it, it's so many different outlets that you can kind of get your sports talk or get your information from. That's not undisputed. That's not First Take. That's not First Things First. Because I look at all those shows and I just get aggravated because a whole bunch of dudes just try to keep a bag of money coming at them. They ain't talking no facts. They talking bullshit.
Entertainment now. It's entertainment.
So all right, all that said, you know, let's talk some basketball. Got one of my favorite basketball players on the panel today. And
appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, man. And you see them Lakers, you know, they looking good, gentlemen.
Well, come on, hold on.
Looking good, son.
Good.
They about to put on these Boston Celtics tonight.
The Knicks are looking good. The Lakers are still in 13th place. Okay, don't get it.
Man, come on, the season's still early. It ain't Christmas yet.
My new look Lakers, the Pelicans, are looking great.
Yeah, I like the Pelicans.
Oh, they looking phenomenal.
They got that number one spot.
Without another young player that the Lakers got rid of.
Yep.
And when he comes back, they'll be even stronger.
Yep, because Ingram ain't playing, right?
Nope.
Yep.
No, even out.
Zion looking incredible. He looking like Superman.
Monster.
The Pelicans.
Stop him now. When Ingram comes back, that's another body that you got to account for that can give you buckets. So you start focusing on him. Zion is out there.
It's crazy.
Like a man already.
It's unfair.
They're gonna be a problem.
They're gonna be a problem.
They really took the Suns hard already. So that series from last postseason is done. It's a wrap now.
And when you have an altercation like they had at the end of the game the other night, that's the Suns saying we can't fuck with them. So
right. Yep. They took our heart.
That's already the white flag. So let's start a fight with them, because we can't beat them on the court. So let's try to see if we can punk them. The Suns are done when it comes to the
Zion Williamson.
Yeah,
you ain't no punking him. He's not punking that brother right there.
And it's no punking the young boy Jose Alvarado.
Oh, at all. That dude is he's a roughneck.
Yeah,
love dude, man.
It's a wrap. And Ingram will be the first one to swing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, he started hooking off early.
They played themselves. The Phoenix Suns played themselves on that one. It was like they done
and they beat them.
Bad matchup for them already.
And they beat them right after that.
Yeah, the next
without
night.
Ingram. Yep. So I mean, like, it's right there in their head. So
that's a wrap.
When playoff time comes, you know that's gonna be a wrap.
Chris Paul is done.
That's old school.
You saw that play?
Mind games, baby. It ain't always about the physicality. It's about the mind game. Basketball still played above the shoulders too.
Yep. Chris Paul is done.
Alvarado has solidified his, I guess, the next 20 years, honestly. Once he's done playing, he's going to have a role in New Orleans, wherever he's beloved down there. Like, he's beloved. Whatever he wants to do after, they're going to put him in.
I agree.
He's ahead of his time, like Ty Lue. Like, he's done more than Ty Lue already did at this stage of his career.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna get a job.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I love what the Pelicans are doing right now. And like you said, Pearl, they still don't have Ingram.
They don't have Ingram.
That's anywhere from 20 to 25 points.
Shit.
automatic.
He
Almost.
might give you for 48 now and then.
Yeah,
he can get you 35. Yeah,
he can give you 40. And McCallum is just as solid as they come.
Come on, man. Smart.
McCallum is just buckets. That's what he's buckets.
Leadership.
He's a bucket getter.
Yeah, he's just the head, the wisdom, and then Zion is
listen. Yo, man, this dude is a superhero, bro. It's incredible. But hold on. Y'all just not gonna poo-poo my man AD 35 and 15.
Nah, I stopped messing with AD when he walked off the court because he had a cough or something. And I was done.
He only didn't know it was COVID, passing shit around.
Man, the COVID test you got the rapid test, man. Come on. He ain't had no COVID.
Yeah, he's balling. He's out of his mind.
He's playing great basketball.
The Lakers went on that little run, but
can't count on them.
They've been stinking up the joint the last couple games, and they got a big one tonight.
They won the other day.
They beat Detroit.
Man. They beat
Detroit. They beat Milwaukee. They beat Milwaukee. Come on.
They lost to Philly. They beat Detroit. They beat Washington, and they beat Milwaukee.
They had no AD. They had no AD for 2.
They got doored by Cleveland.
Milwaukee. Cleveland is serious right now. Cleveland ain't like a sleeper. I mean, Milwaukee's Milwaukee, but it ain't like Cleveland's like in terms of going on right now in the league.
I'm just saying they went
Cleveland ain't like
that road trip, so you don't really get a good. You saw some highlights, but you also saw some lowlights when they went 3-3 on that road trip. That's what I'm trying to say.
You just can't depend on AD, man.
3-3. I'm surprised they went 3-3. I thought they was gonna go. You know what I'm saying 1-5, bro.
Well, you're supposed to go 2-4. Detroit, and the Milwaukee game was the wild card.
Yeah, the Milwaukee game was the wild card. That's
they're two spots out of the play-in, yo. So
it's not even Christmas, man. It's not even Christmas.
They're 3 spots out of the bottom spot.
So, all right, let me ask you a question. Right now, what's the Boston Celtics giving you?
The Boston Celtics look like they're one of the best teams in the NBA.
Well, last couple games, they've been getting pushed around. Warriors.
Jason Tatum's the MVP in the league right now.
And Cleveland just beat them. I mean, Clippers just beat them by 20.
Yeah, because Kawhi and Paul George shut them down.
They on the team, right? They gotta.
Yeah, but they haven't played. They haven't played.
I like 22-7 more than I like 11-15. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, look, relative to last year and how the season started, you got to say Lakers are playing a lot better, and they still don't have shooters.
No, I think they are playing better, and I think they will continue to play better.
That's all I'm saying.
I think they'll make. I said they were going to be an 8 to 10 seed. That's not saying they're not making the playoffs.
I don't think they're making the playoffs.
I think they're making.
They're 3 games out right now, and you got.
I can't.
Who's gonna fall out?
Know who they make it over.
That's what I'm saying. Who's gonna fall out?
I take that back. Utah's gonna fall out of the playoffs.
Well, there's 3 teams. There's the Kings, there's Utah, and there's Minnesota.
Minnesota gonna make the playoffs.
Most likely 3 teams that they can jump over, because I don't think they're jumping over anybody else.
Yeah, they can jump over Utah, and they can jump over the Kings. They're not jumping over Minnesota.
I don't think they can jump over the Kings.
So they're 1 short. That puts them in 11th spot.
Nah, Minnesota, the scenario, Cat is hurt with that calf thing. He might be out a little while.
Okay.
He's got that calf injury that KD had. That, who knows how long he could be out with that.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I didn't know that.
And they're not getting along. Him and Anthony Edwards not getting along.
Hello?
Because Anthony Edwards got some heart.
Yeah. I'm on the way there.
We'll see what happens.
But they're still winning.
All right.
They're still winning without Cat.
Yeah.
No, because they're better without Cat, because Anthony Edwards, don't like him. So
I understand.
It's
early. We haven't, like Hawk said, we haven't gotten to Christmas yet.
We need to wait to the trade deadline.
Yeah, I think basketball for me, you kind of monitor it until you get to the trade deadline, and after the All-Star break, you start following it again. But right now, I really feel like we can look at these games, but I think the most important thing we need to be focusing on right now is the gridiron.
Yeah, I mean, after the new year started, things will wind down with the trades.
Yeah, you want hot, right? Okay.
I was in San Francisco yesterday and Sunday, and
things is looking pretty.
They're looking pretty out there. They're looking pretty.
I told you.
Yeah, but listen,
didn't I tell you? It was something about that kid.
Y'all better tap the brakes.
Coach E is happy as pie right now.
All you gotta do is run the system. 185 yards. Boom.
Yeah, but no Debo. Debo's out now.
Yeah, but he'll be back for the playoffs. He'll be back.
They say he'll be back before the playoffs, probably.
Yeah, that's like 3 weeks.
And it's no ligament or broken bone damage. Right. So it's a high ankle sprain. That's good.
So they can test him. And depending on how they finishing up, they could keep him out those last few games, even if he's healthy. Just rest him up for the playoff.
True.
And look, anytime you beat the Buccaneers and your QB only throws for 185, we're not talking about he threw for 300, 400 yards. It was
185.
185. And they beat the pants off of Tampa Bay.
Let's see how many people want to hire my man for a coach next year.
Who? D'Amico?
D'Amico Ryans, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's doing his thing. Yeah. He's definitely the best assistant in football this year.
Not even close.
Yeah,
they're trying to pump up Ken Dorsey from Kansas City. I mean, I can't see Buffalo. They're trying to pump him up.
Nah.
Look, San Francisco defense is
ferocious.
It's the best unit in football.
Period.
Yes.
Speaking of defense, has anybody heard is Micah Parsons still in the NFL?
Yeah, right. He put his foot in his mouth with the Brittany Griner stuff, and then he's been MIA.
Yeah, I think
7. I haven't heard his name.
Yeah, but Jokers are scheming against him, and that's freeing up a whole bunch of other things.
But he's also falling prey to that bullshit that all the Cowboys fall prey to. They read the press clippings. They think they better than they think they've done something they haven't done. SHIT yet.
Right.
Yep.
Period.
Right.
That's it. That's the whole problem with the Cowboys. All those dudes put that helmet on, and they think everybody gonna bow down. Yep. And Micah, I was so worried about him falling prey to that because I felt like he was a dog. He becoming a brand too.
He becoming diva. Yeah, he becoming diva on defense.
It's like, yo, you got to go out there and be that dog that we need. We already got Dak as a brand. They already sold him. He a brand. He not a player.
Well, we gotta hope that
what you think, Cliff?
Well, we just gotta hope that this scare by the Texans is a wake up call because Jacksonville ain't gonna be no joke. They balling, and we got to go to them because it all comes down to that Philly game on Christmas Eve. So it
comes down to what? Oh, you mean they're making the playoffs?
No, I'm talking
the
about
seeding.
I'm talking about
they're gonna make the playoffs.
Taking the division and the number 1 seed.
Philly ain't getting no number 1 seed. That's out the window.
How is that out the window, Coach?
You got
Eagles have only lost one game.
If we win that game. Philly just have to give one up. You think they're gonna win out?
Yeah.
Who they got next week?
Philly they got the Bears.
Chicago. They play the Bears.
They don't play anybody the rest of the way.
They play the Bears, the Cowboys, the Redskins, and the Giants. That's how they finish.
They don't play nobody.
Well, the Giants,
Redskins,
the Giants and the Commanders.
Don't mention it. They just beat the living.
They beat the brakes off the Giants.
That was ridiculous.
I don't think they play the Giants again. I think they play actually the Saints.
Okay.
Commanders might get them, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Commanders might get them.
Might.
All right, so they lose.
I'm not saying will. They might.
Dallas has already lost how many?
3. And we would have the same record, and we would have a better divisional record. All I'm saying is I think the Cowboys need to – well, obviously last week was a wake-up call. They go to Jacksonville this week, and that's not going to be an easy game. They win that, and it's them Eagles Christmas Eve. Yeah. And if the Cowboys can get that game, they're in a position to possibly get that number 1 seed if the Eagles fall.
Nah.
I didn't get a chance to watch the entire game, but looking at like the segments, seeing the Texans scored off a punt fumble off the punt return. Mm-hmm. Got great field position. I was like, you chalk that up. That's not gonna happen every week. And then Dak threw 2 interceptions. He got to work on that.
Now that could happen every week.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Tony Romo with a suntan.
Yeah.
Wait for West to come back. You got to run that one by him because I keep saying Dak got to prove it to me. I mean, he got the bag, it is what it is, but he has to prove it. Like now with the Texans game, because it was a little rough. The fact that they came back on that last drive and scored, that was big to me. He showed leadership. The team just seemed like, all right, we got to put up points. Let's go get it. And that was dope that they did. I don't care who you playing against. When you can go get it when you need it, that's a 98
yards. But hold on. To your point, Hot,
that's impressive.
Shouldn't you be able to go get it against a bad team to begin with?
Yeah.
I mean, you would hope so, but I've seen them fall apart.
I'm not even impressed with the comeback. I'm not impressed with the comeback because you should be able to do that against a bad team. You should be able to get down against a bad team and still beat them because you're better than them.
And they did, and they beat the doors off of Minnesota, which is a good team.
Yeah.
And you gotta
we all know Minnesota was fugazi anyway.
Yeah, but that Texans game against the Cowboys is always a tough game. They're the stepbrother, the stepchild in Texas. Nobody cares about. Cowboys have always outshined them, so that's always a big interstate game, and they always come to play. Now, should they have needed a 98-yard last second drive to win it? No, it shouldn't have been that close, but it's always close. But to Hawk's point, that was impressive. To do that against any team in that situation, that's a good thing to add to Dak's resume. Certainly, to help his confidence going into the this last month into the playoffs.
I'm sorry. What was Hawk's point? I heard that was Hawk's point. I had to check out something real quick.
No, Pearl said that Dak is
Tony Romo with a suntan.
Pearl is 3,000% right. I'm a Cowboy fan for life, but the only difference between Dak and Romo is that the Sunday interception in the fourth quarter was the first time I ever seen him throw one late. Dak normally don't throw. Romo throws the ones that break your back.
Yeah, they do.
Dak normally don't do that. So I was but he came back and ended up. He still ain't Romo to me because Romo throws the bigger numbers. But they seem to both be able to break your heart. But Dak just breaks it earlier. Like you just don't like when you watch Cowboy games, you don't understand when he throws the pick. You're like, what is he seeing, right? Mm-hmm. But when you watch Romo used to throw for 375 yards, and then he throw the pick when it matters.
Yeah,
right. He's a Matt Ryan. Yeah. Matt Ryan.
Same thing.
I watched Matt Ryan throw more end zone, red zone interceptions than anybody in the world down here in Atlanta, man.
Yeah, I think Dak's biggest problem is that he hears the noise.
They all do. It's hard now, man. All the players, man.
Yeah, he hears it. He tries to
Cowboy and not hearing it.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about being a Cowboy fan, even as a player, like when people would talk, like how they talk about the Cowboys just barely beating the Texans almost beat the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, that's
real. The Texans, the Colts almost beat the Eagles, but when the Cowboys, first of all, the Cowboys get your best shot. You get everybody's best shot when you're a Cowboy.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Every game to the other team is like the Super Bowl for them, right? Because the Cowboys.
It's
like the Lakers. It's like the Celtics. It's like the Yankees. It's like those teams.
Like Golden State right now.
Golden State. Whenever they come in the building, you getting a shot. And then people don't understand in Texas, that's a big game. Mm-hmm. That's the Battle of Texas.
Battle of Texas.
Understand that.
You're right
no matter
there.
how bad the Texans are, they come in to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's.
But you still, you got to be up for your rival, and you got to be ready for a rivalry game.
They're not the Cowboys aren't built for that. That's the problem,
right?
See,
and the reason they beat up on Minnesota the way they did because Minnesota now Dak Prescott is Kirk Cousins with a tan.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's
what he really is because they put about the same numbers. You give them a good running game, they can look good a couple of games. They have a good wide receiver, but at the end of the day, are they really gonna win it for you? I don't know.
I
just think
Coach,
right now. The Eagles are playing so well. Jalen Hurt is looking phenomenal out there, and he's throwing the long ball. I mean,
Jalen Hurts looks like a good quarterback, but when you watch Jalen Hurts quarterback, the long ball is his best throw. He don't throw well to the flats. He don't throw well the short passes over the middle. Ball. They go deep, or he's running the football.
Yeah, or he's running the football. And that's actually hard to that's hard to defend because you don't know when he may take off.
Yeah, no, they're playing great. I just don't like their coach. I don't like their coach.
They face no adversity yet. No injury.
I was gonna ask who have they really played?
And they haven't had they've had one of these
like everybody else's, right? When you
they
think about it,
the 27th easiest or hardest schedule, I should say. So
but I don't like when I look at the schedules, right? You only can play with who's on it, right?
Yeah.
So they play who's in their division. Their division is the best division in football, right?
Yep.
So then they have to play everybody in the AFC South. They can't help the Cowboys get to play the Texans, the Jaguars. So everybody in the division is playing those 4 teams, right? So you can't really say you're not playing them because they playing them too. So that's 10 games that y'all playing alike when you really look at it. And then you go to your record. So you play they got the NFC. They play the NFC West, Central, and North. They get to play whatever seed they came in last year. They play that team, right? So that's they played the NFC North as well. So you play the whole North, and so did the Cowboys played the whole North. So everybody got to play Green Bay. Everybody got to play Minnesota, Chicago, and Detroit. So you got to cancel that because that's 8 games that your opponent is playing plus the division. Now you play your seed. So they got to play a third place team in the NFC West that whoever played third place, they were third place last year, so they get to play that same third place team, and they play the third place team in the Central, whatever it is, and then that's that last game they get the third place team in the AFC. I think that was Pittsburgh because Cincinnati was second and Dallas played them.
All right, they played Pittsburgh. Yep.
Yeah,
so
Pittsburgh.
What you're saying is this all looks real good for San Francisco come playoff time if we play the Eagles because they will have never seen anything like it.
Absolutely think that if the quarterback can hold up, the Eagles cannot beat the 49ers.
Thank you.
I love that matchup.
I'm going off on a positive note.
I love that matchup to see who y'all would play in the championship. Who the Cowboys would play in the championship game.
I think the Cowboys beat the 49ers, coach. I hate to say it.
I love that exact matchup.
I think the Cowboys can beat both teams, actually.
I think the Cowboys can beat both teams, but I think the Eagles can beat I think the Cowboys can beat the 49ers, and I think the 49ers can beat the Eagles.
Oh, nah.
And I think that T.Y. Hilton that Hilton pickup was big.
That T.Y. Hilton
that T.Y. Hilton pickup was a good pickup.
It was a great pickup.
That was good.
Got some more.
And the way the Cowboys defense is set up, like they're stronger in the secondary, and so I think our corners can match up with your wide receivers, which is gonna put more pressure on that quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
But we got that intangible at running back, McCaffrey.
You do. You definitely do. I said they can. I didn't say they will.
I don't even think 49ers have used him as much as they can.
Yeah, like I think Micah Parsons is gonna wake up.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Because now
we got our own version of Micah Parsons. That Nick Bosa fella is pretty good.
Oh my God, is he?
Well, that's what I said.
We still need to. We need to pump the brakes, though. I mean, because this Purdy, looking Purdy after a game and a half, but this is the NFL, yo. By game 3, game 4, there's tape on that cat. And you can't expect, may I say, no first-team player has ever won a Super Bowl, period. So he would do something that no one's ever done. Just so you know.
I mean, that's what makes.
So y'all gotta pump the brakes on this Purdy.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Cliff. I'm gonna pump the brakes on the Purdy thing. But what I love about Shanahan, he can literally coach a game where the quarterback only throws 10 times.
Yeah,
right.
But he can also finish 500 in his career and outthink himself.
That's true.
Because he thinks he's the smartest dude in the room with no championship.
Yeah.
But with the defense playing such a big part right now.
But that's where he got to get out of his way. The man was up 28-3 in the Super Bowl. That's all I got to say.
That's true. Broke my heart. Broke my heart.
Pro, you're on mute.
Man, gotcha. Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, now we hear you.
Okay, I don't know how it jumped out. Yeah, he can also throw it 3 times. Throw it when you're on the 25, 30-yard line in the Super Bowl and lose the game by not running it. So, I mean, all you had to do was run it 3 times, and he tried to get tricky.
He broke my heart. The only thing that saved me, I actually was in DR when I was watching it. So
is that right?
That helped me get through. But you know, he can't outthink himself because he thinks he's the smartest coach there is.
He thinks he's the smartest dude on the block, man, and that's his downfall. But I think DeMeco Ryans' defense is so damn good. I mean, if
they stay healthy.
Woo,
but it's a long road and a few games to win the Super Bowl. So your quarterback is going to have to make a play. Is what I'm saying.
No,
and
the
defense can definitely carry you, but you know the quarterback has got to make some plays, and we're going to be asking a lot. Mr. Irrelevant wins the Super Bowl. I mean,
it's a great story, though. It's a great story.
It's a good story, but this is a lot.
I don't know. He got that Brady-esque feeling.
It's a great story.
Listen, he's going to have to go through the Cowboys and or the Eagles, you know, plus another game. And then he's going to have KC, Cincinnati, or Buffalo waiting. I mean, that's a tall order, yo.
Yeah.
They the 3 seed right now, right?
Brand is the
they're
the 3 seed.
So they would get the Commanders,
and they're gonna stay the 3 seed too because that the NFC South. I mean that's 9 and 8 we win that if they're lucky. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna stay the 4 seed. But y'all will have a good test, Mr. Irrelevant, this weekend going into
Seattle on a short week.
Yeah. The 12th man on a short week. We'll see. This will be a good test on a short week.
Seattle got to win that game because they on the outside looking in right now.
They're struggling right now.
Yep.
They got to win.
Exactly. So and it's a divisional game too. This will be a good test for y'all.
No, I actually think we're gonna lose this week because it's a short week. It's just not enough time for I think a young quarterback to, get the reps in and the film work he needs.
Yeah.
And then who after that? Who you have after the Seahawks?
I don't know who we got after the Seahawks. It should be another division game though.
Yeah, I played the Rams twice already. So it's either going to be Seattle and Arizona.
Right.
And Arizona you're going to beat because they lost their quarterback for the year.
Yeah, they're done.
Is your next game after is January 1st?
So you got Christmas Eve is next week, and then January 1st.
Raiders.
You said the Raiders?
The Raiders, yeah.
Interesting.
So they'll probably be eliminated by then. The Raiders.
So yeah, we got Seahawks, Commanders, Raiders, Cardinals.
Gotcha.
Yep. January 8th.
So I got us actually losing the Seahawks and winning the other 3.
See, y'all can jump into that 2 spot because Minnesota may lose a couple more.
Yeah, Minnesota is so disappointing.
Yeah, but we expect Minnesota to do what they're doing.
They look like they're the Cowboys. They're the Cowboys of Minnesota.
You better watch out for Detroit. Detroit is got a head of steam.
Detroit is well.
Yeah,
they are.
They balling.
I got to dip out for a second, fellas. Keep the conversation going.
They are playing well. Hey, how about that World Cup?
Big one.
Who won today?
Argentina beat Croatia 3-0. Man, they smacked them around.
Yeah, Messi scored one.
We're the quarterfinals now, right?
Nah, that's semi. Argentina's going to the finals.
Okay.
I'm going for Morocco. Let's go
Morocco tomorrow.
France and Morocco?
Morocco, yes.
France, Morocco.
Yeah, got to root for Morocco. Would be the first African nation in the finals.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm just happy they calling them an African nation and then say Arab nation.
Right.
I'm happy they got that right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling me, fellas, because I was way off the grid when it came to the World Cup. I was so off the grid. They would talk about it at lunch today, co-workers and colleagues, and I was trying to act like I knew it. So I was like, okay. I said, who beat the U.S.?
No, I was actually watching it because I mean, Messi is one of them guys. He's an artist out there, you know. Just certain guys you watch whatever sport it is, and he's an artist out there, man.
Yeah,
he was doing some incredible stuff, and I never want the European teams to win. You know, I don't like the colonizers winning, so I was going with Argentina.
I love that word, the colonizer.
and he's never won one. That's one of his. Messi's never won a World Cup. And he's definitely.
He's a Dan Marino.
Yeah.
A great, but he just never got to the top.
Never closed it out.
But he looks good out there, man. He looks good. But Morocco winning would be so great, especially if they beat France.
Morocco would be the first in the World Cup history. Would that be the first?
Yeah.
African.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, even right now,
it's big. It's major.
Yeah, I think they've gone further than any African team.
Right. Semifinals, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's major already, but to get there and possibly win it would be incredible. As you said, the colonizers would be losing it.
Yeah, and when you speak of colonizers, France is, top
cream of the crop. Absolutely, cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Well, needless to say, they got the home crowd advantage.
True.
And Qatar,
true.
They got the crowd, so they just hopefully, if they can feed off that energy, keep it tight, it can happen.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that little World Cup monkey wrench into our sports conversations.
That's right.
I ain't mad at you.
For 2 seconds, fellas. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh man, y'all caught me. Damn, played myself. Whew.
What happened?
Nah, I had a little yawn going on.
Oh.
Yeah, I shouldn't be yawning on the show. All we do, spark, man.
Got that ooh-wee.
That whizzle. No doubt. So, where we at? West is out. We got
West stepped away and Pearl stepped away. But
so we talked about the Eagles. We talked about the Cowboys.
Hey man, let's talk about the AFC, man.
Cincinnati's real.
It's getting competitive over
Cincinnati's real. Cincinnati's real, and Baltimore may be taking a little fall because they lost Lamar for at least 2 weeks, and
what's the face got knocked out the game.
Let me tell y'all something that pissed me off about football this week. So your boy Baker Mayfield, right, had that good game Thursday, right? That
was amazing, man.
It was amazing. But these clowns get on TV and they're like, that just shows you that Mayfield can play in this league, right? He can play quarterback, right? Then on the same show, they said Seattle needs to draft a quarterback because that Geno Smith thing is not going to last. So I just get pissed off because a man played one game in a quarter and you want to put him back in the NFL as a starter in his league. And the dude in Seattle, maybe he just met his match with Pete Carroll. Maybe this is the right situation for him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is the person that he can thrive under. Just give him another chance. Don't go draft a quarterback because you don't think it's pie in the sky or a joke. I mean, I think he has a great season.
Wes, I think you're starting to realize that this NFL thing might be racist.
It might be, Coach.
It might be.
You think there's a theme? It's always a theme, ain't it?
With these quarterbacks of color.
It's always a theme.
Well, with that being said, you know who's up this coming June, right? Jalen Hurts is up.
Yeah.
And that will be first of all, it will be smart if Philly paid him before Burrow and before Justin Herbert. So that it would be smart, but let's see if it happens. But yeah, he's up.
And don't let him win that MVP. Don't let him win that MVP.
Well, and Philly has, they have a lot of picks, and we got 4 in the first round coming out this year. We got 4 quarterbacks. It's a quarterback week draft, so we'll see what they do. But they should pay him. They should extend him. but we'll see.
Yeah,
that's
man.
even crazy. That's even crazy that we'd have to think like that. That even comes into the road. We'll see what they're gonna do. You know how mass is.
Yeah, but with that being said, though, look what happened to Kyler just now. 1, 2. Now he got hurt. Your boy Aaron Rodgers is stinking up the joint. Look at Russ. He's stinking up the joint. So all these cats that got paid are
you know
bust,
what, I blame Russ situation on the coach and week 1. That season was lost in week 1 when they had that ball and he chose to kick a 65-yard field goal versus letting Russ try to get a first down.
Yeah.
65 yards.
It was like, he wasn't making it. And he just depends Russ like, I don't believe in you. And from that point forward, the team was like, did we just get this nigga $240 million? And Russ was like, did y'all just give me money? Like, this is what I do. And he took it from him, and they're with the confidence. So they're not on the same page. And now that marriage is short-lived. But even Russ, they had a story about Russ he was a Hall of Fame coach, a Hall of Fame player before he got to Denver. People talk about he can come out the Hall of Fame now.
Yeah, so that erases your whole one season.
Like, so now whatever you accomplish doesn't matter anymore because
who wrote that article?
It was on TV. They were talking about on one of these.
Come on, that's just goofy.
Yeah, but
it's goofy.
He looks terrible, y'all.
Yeah, but that does not.
Yeah, but that doesn't erase the other 10 years.
10 years does not. 8 games or 9 games is not 10 years.
Erase 10 years.
Yeah, but the whole first of all, his contemporaries and a lot of people are saying he was propped up this whole time in Seattle. That's why a lot of those cats, that Legion of Boom, none of those cats rock with him. Period.
I saw Russell Wilson miraculously save them from losses time in, time out.
I watched the same game that Legion of Boom played in.
Right.
Russell Wilson was a part of those that
bro. I've watched him miraculous throws, runs. Man, come on, man. You can't take 10 years of history away from him.
10 years.
You can't do that.
I'm not doing it.
Nope.
And we only do it to the quarterbacks of
quarterbacks. The quarterbacks. So is Eli Manning Hall of Fame worthy?
He won 2 Super Bowls, but he's not. His numbers look like garbage.
Yep, they're terrible.
But on the flip side, Terry Bradshaw didn't put up no big numbers, but he got 4 Super Bowls too. And on the flip side of that, Troy Aikman don't have big numbers, but he got 3 Super Bowls. So, but when you look at Eli Manning's numbers, his numbers, even as a starter, are like 500, and his stats are really pedestrian. It's just that he got those 2 Super Bowls, so he's gonna get looked because his contemporaries, Rivers and Roethlisberger, they might all 3 get in.
Yeah. Well, Ben's gonna get in. You know Ben.
Yeah, Ben is getting in,
and Ben deserves to get in.
Ben, I agree. I think Ben is worthy.
Rapist is getting in.
Yep, and they're never gonna talk about him being a rapist either. That's not even gonna come up. Remember, Terrell Owens had to wait because of his off the field. Ben's gonna be a first ballot. Watch.
Yep.
They're not even gonna bring it up.
That's crazy.
They said that Terrell Owens had to wait and Michael Irvin had to wait the second year. Michael Irvin was the first ballot because it's off the field. They said that's the reason why they couldn't get in on the first ballot. Ben will get in on the first ballot.
Yep.
And rape won't even be a part of the conversation.
At all.
There is a theme. That was on point too, Haka. Hey. That was on point. That was a good ad lib right there.
Caught that, right?
Yeah, I like that.
At all.
At all. Big shout out to Carl Thomas City.
Yeah. So, but it should be a good week this week.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, man.
Football wise, we got 3 games on Saturday, which is always a nice day. You get a little Saturday football. You know, spend your money on Christmas gifts. Look at your tree. Think about how broke you're gonna be. Watch Saturday football. That's what I always do. It's like that's a reminder how much money I gotta spend.
Crazy.
Stop giving into the commercialization of this whole thing, man.
I'm trying not to. I'll be like trying to tell people, listen, you went to Disney. That's gonna go until next birthday.
He said, tell people, mind you. I tell people. You went to Disney.
Yeah.
That should last you a long time though. That's a big ride right there.
Yeah, that's a big one, especially when we did it.
Yeah. Crazy.
So, but I gotta share a corporate story with y'all, man. Yesterday, I was at a dinner, and so I thought about Shannon and Skip when this was going on, and it's kind of similar. So you have a white colleague with a client and 3 other colleagues, all women except for the one white male and black male, me. And he says the first thing he starts talking about is he wishes that we could politically. This is when the red flag goes off. You talk politics. I wish we can go back to where we can all respect our presidential candidates. I said, so what you mean, 2016? And it got quiet, right? Because, I was like, because I said, as far as me, 40 years, it took 40 years before 2008 before I could respect the candidate. And he just looked at me, he got quiet. So let's change the subject.
You said that?
Yeah, I said it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Little fiery, ain't you, Wes?
Huh?
Little fiery.
You have to verbally smack around these cats.
We're in the season 4 coach now. We're not in the season to be quiet no more.
No, you have to verbally smack these cats around.
So you have to kind of say it in a way where they understand it, because they speak freely and they feel comfortable to do that. So if you feel comfortable enough, you should feel comfortable enough to get the answer, right?
Yes, all right, rewind that tape. What happened again? Rewind.
So then he goes a little deeper. He starts talking about a company that's our competition, and how, your husband, he said to a woman, your husband works for Willis. And like, yeah, okay. And he says, do you know a guy named Michael Chang? Now, little backdrop. Michael Chang went to UPenn with my buddy John Ahsoka, right? And Michael Chang is a Groove 5 Groove with my buddy John Ahsoka and my buddy Jay Williams. And I knew Michael Chang as he was pledging. I knew Michael Chang when I used to hang out at Penn. And then Michael Chang and I got into the same industry at the same time. I went broker style and he went underwriter, but he worked for Chubb and I worked for Marsh. And we used to go to black events, insurance events a long time ago, like 25 years ago. Now Michael Chang has made his name for himself within the industry in terms of the underwriting side. And he just joined the broker side with Willis. And this guy said he has a big ego and all this other stuff. He kept saying, so I had my little wine glass and I said, Michael Chang? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I said, Chubb? He was like, yeah. I was like, Sampo? He's like, yeah. I was like, he said, you know him? I said, oh, yeah. He went to UPenn. He said, UPenn? I was like, yeah, the Ivy League UPenn, yeah. I was like, I know him very well, like that. So he would not like back off. And so I said, well, when you talk about the word ego, I said, the fact that you use that word, that may be your ego talking. I said, because as a black man in this industry, I said, we have to be a little aggressive and have a little ego just to even survive in this industry. So if we're silent and passive, we get nothing. So you see it as aggressive and egotistical. We see it as confident and forthright. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how we see it. So is this how you're looking at it? You're looking at it. You're looking at it the wrong way, man. This dude, I know he was looking through his Rolodex to say who I was. Who is this cat right here? Because he's in LA and I'm in New York. Then he said, well, ask me my position. And I was like, I'm a senior vice president. So he's like, he's one's notch above me. But that's not, really, it's important, but it's not important.
No, it's not important.
It's not important. So he just wanted to know, like where I got, he's trying to figure out why am I speaking? I'm just speaking out of facts. Dude. So again, when they get comfortable, they say things out the side of their mouth because they want to control the environment. They want to control the conversation. And
that's their ego.
That's their ego speaking. And that's what I said to him. And
more importantly, that's their insecurity.
It's the insecurity. And that's what the client said. The client pulls me to the side, walked me to her car, because she had my suitcase in her car before I went to the airport. And she said, when I saw your face on that first Zoom call, when I decided to go with Marsh, she said, you were one of the reasons why I did it. because I already felt your energy. and I knew you would. She's like, when you spoke up for yourself, she's like, that's the first time I heard somebody in your position say anything to them that way with professionalism. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a way to talk to these cats, right?
Yeah.
That you can do it.
Yep.
And but I understood Shannon's frustration because no matter how much Shannon has accomplished, this white man hasn't accomplished anything. Skip's success is based on people that look like Shannon.
Yes.
Exactly.
Talking about people that look like Shannon.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
None of his success comes off him doing anything but talking about people that look like us and Shannon.
Yeah.
That's it. So, and for him to prop up that Tom Brady person the way he did was just so disrespectful. And I think Tom Brady's a great athlete. Don't get me wrong. Tom Brady's the best quarterback I've ever seen play football. He's the best quarterback I've ever seen play football. Not the best football player.
Not the best football player.
No.
Best quarterback.
Not the best athlete,
and you know what's going to happen.
Not the best winner.
I believe Shannon's going to leave.
He should.
And I believe Skip is going to give us the journalistic version of Herschel Walker on his show.
It might be Herschel Walker.
Yeah. So that's why I shared that because
now
when I
it might be Herschel Walker.
You say that being funny, but I
Undisputed.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I would watch that show every day because that would be pure comedy.
No, man, I'm not.
It would be the best comedy show ever on.
I'm not gonna see. Basically, I ain't even gonna say what I think. I'm not even gonna say what I think. It's too.
But you know it would be comedy.
To ridiculous.
You know it would be comedy. Y'all all know that would be a funny ass show.
Nah,
ridiculous.
man.
That's what we call ridiculous.
It'd be step and fetch it, bro. It would be. He'd have Herschel Walker. That's what I'm saying. I don't even want to say
you know what, he gonna do?
what I really think. I don't even want to go there.
He gonna get Lil Wayne to come on the show.
Oh,
that's his boy, right?
Yeah, nah. Wayne is a guest.
Wayne can't wake up every morning like that.
Nah, Wayne is.
Wayne be like, yo, Skip, man, run hold that shit down till I get
he would
up.
have to get. He'd get another black athlete. He'd get another black athlete retired.
I miss. Not after what he just pulled.
Yeah, it's mad people out there that'll do it. Talk about.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing.
Marcellus Wiley would do it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, it's mad jokers out there. A checky check is a checky check for a lot of these jokers.
Imagine Skip and Fat Boy, Jason Whitlock.
That'd be interesting.
It kind of would be. It would be interesting. Nah, it would be.
Because, hey, look, Whitlock has surprised me the last month or so.
With what?
How he stood up for Kyrie.
Yeah, he stood up for Kyrie?
Yes.
Oh, man, he stood up for Kyrie.
He was the first one that
did it correctly. I was like, Phil. I don't want to.
I don't understand that. That makes no sense.
Wes, me and Hawk we was in pure shock.
Nah, it does. It makes total sense because, all right, so Kyrie unintentionally, Kanye intentionally. That whole anti-Semitic talk, not Kyrie, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ultimately empowers the far right.
Yeah.
Right. It benefits them. So, like that's I forget what was the point.
Whitlock.
You said Whitlock. Oh, Whitlock. Whitlock represents that. So he's latching on to something that we just so happen to agree with. The ultimate goal of is empowering this far right, which don't like Jewish or black people.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me.
Oh, so Whitlock was trying to grab onto that.
Whitlock will grab onto that because it's really, they frame it as anti-Semitic talk.
Yeah.
The crowd he represents, they like that talk.
Yeah.
Even though it's, the black man and all that, it doesn't matter because it's anti them. We get used as a tool for their, we become a device for them. Is what Jason
I think Whitlock though, because I remember Whitlock in between the 2000 and 2006, he was walking around with his no Roger, no Rerun, no rent sign.
Yeah.
He was very conscious. He made sense. I was like, who's this dude from Kansas City, Missouri? He was on point with a lot of his commentary. And I used to watch him on the sports reporters and everything.
Yeah, his supporter Kyrie was along those lines. That's what it sounded like.
And then he went the other way, and I couldn't understand it. I was like, what happened to this dude?
That Fox check. That's what happened.
That Fox check, that market. You trying to frame the conversation to appease a market.
If you pull up some of his remarks on Kyrie, it was right on point.
It was right on point.
Yeah.
He was saying all the right things.
Yep.
But I think it's for the other group that ultimately doesn't want to see us progress.
And he would fall in line because remember, Skip and Shannon are on Fox.
Yeah, they are on Fox. That's what I'm saying.
And it amazes me that Shannon gets away with so much on Fox.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna give him a long leash.
Huh?
They're gonna give him a leash just because they need him.
Well, Shannon protects them because they give him the leash because they can't shut him down because everything we think about Fox will be true, right? Yeah. So Shannon gives them a little buffer because they can say, we got Shannon Sharp and look how he talks on TV.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
We give him a filter.
What he wants. Yeah.
Yeah. Marcellus Wiley to me was always another weird bird when it came to some things too, because you never knew which side he was on either. He's always on the business side. So I'll say that about him. Whatever the money is, that's where Marcellus is going to travel. So you can, you're not going to really get a civil rights answer from him. You're going to go with the money trail with him. So, but Whitlock was a complete 180 from where he was to where he went, and then now he's back. He went the other way. He reversed it back, I guess.
He's not back. He's not back. He's not back. He's just using the argument.
Okay.
Right. He's using that particular argument to represent that other demographic, the bigger group.
I got you. Makes sense. Okay. Well,
he's still gonna be hating on LeBron. LeBron still can't do no.
I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah. Oh, come on! Don't do
Did y'all watch that game last night?
Which one?
I did not.
Sienna
Oh yeah. The high school. Yeah, I did watch it.
I saw highlights of it.
Now here's the beauty of that game, or maybe the sickness of that game. Kim and Chloe was at a high school game.
Yeah.
I can't figure that one out.
Like who were they? Well,
exactly.
A lot of people can't.
There's a lot of NBA players in the gym.
Yeah, I mean, well, you had
Pippen's son was playing, Carmelo's son was playing, Brian was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron was there with his wife and mom.
Yeah.
Melo was there. Lala was there.
Yeah.
Pippen was there.
But at a high school game,
I don't know. I just found it kind of funny. Bronny had a dunk, a steal, an assist, and a jumper. And they said he dominated the game. That's what he did.
Yeah, 11
points. Ho. At halftime, this is one of the greatest halftime. You know how they do the player highlights at halftime? Mm-hmm. He had 4 points.
Yeah.
2 assists.
Yeah.
1 steal.
Well, I saw the steal. I saw the assist. One of his assists. I saw one of his threes, and I saw his bunny dunk.
I've never seen anything like that put up at halftime in my life.
4 points, 2 assists, and they was highlighting Bronny.
They highlight him at halftime, and they put up Cayenne. They put his picture up, but put the Chinese kid who actually had the stats.
Yeah,
they put his name and stats up.
Wow.
So
it reminded me of when Jordan's son played in the high school classic. Both his sons were playing against Eric Gordon, and I was like, they should have called Eric Gordon Eric Jordan because I think
he killed him.
Little Mike had like 6 points for the game. The other Jordan had like 4 points. They combined for 10, and Eric Gordon had like 34.
And then hold on. Now I got a personal story about this. So they say 20 years ago. More than that, LeBron played in the first game on ESPN
against Carmelo.
How this is actually so wrong that I was sitting there like, really, they really saying this? Because my high school team what I was on and played in actually played in the first game on ESPN. In Pine Bluff, Arkansas, at the against Miami Senior. We literally played in the first game on ESPN.
Okay.
Wow.
In 1988. and they completely erased it.
Just lied.
And said LeBron and Melo played in the first game.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow.
And you played in it, and when you did it, you had no social media to write in at the time when they said it. You couldn't even do that then.
I'm living.
No receipts.
Yeah.
I'm living. Actually, I might have a VHS tape of it.
You put up those receipts. Bring it to IZM Sports so we can debut it
ESPN
first.
ESPN wasn't on cable then, sir. Sorry.
The original. ESPN high school.
It completely bugged me out. I said, "Are you really saying this right now?"
Coach, they had you on ESPN, the Ocho. Remember the Ocho?
and even further, the next ESPN game was actually St. Anthony's versus Miami Senior the following year.
Wow.
And they completely, none of that happened.
None of it happened, Coach.
Wow. Yeah.
They erased like 10 years.
That's what they do, man.
That's his story, yo.
It's the deep state.
That's what Cliff said is his story, not history.
That's right.
It's the deep state.
That's right. Yep. So now this weekend
Illuminati.
I'm going to my dad's and I gotta find a VHS.
Yeah.
I gotta convert it and I gotta send it in, man. Like, yo.
You need to show people. But I'm gonna ask you one thing, Coach, because I'd be remiss if I didn't. Don't think we forgot about the question we was gonna ask you when we got on this phone call early. We gonna be nosy. So we went all around the world.
Yeah, we did.
Right back to that. Why you was late, Coach?
Yeah.
I was y'all know I coached at St. Anthony's and Coach Hurley is my mentor. And I had dinner tonight with him and his wife. He runs the Hurley Family Foundation in Jersey City, but he also he just started the People's Park Foundation, which is to convert Liberty State Park. There's about 200 and some acres of Liberty State Park that's not even being used.
Uh-huh.
And the original use of it was for the community, athletic fields, art centers and such. And he started a foundation to finally convert these acres for the people, for their uses to build football fields, basketball courts, baseball fields, a community art center. And they've received funding from the state of New Jersey to first clean it up because, anything in Jersey has definitely had some sort of chemical environmental issues. And so now moving forward with cleaning it up so the kids in Jersey City can have a place to have recreation facilities, because right now, most of the high schools do track practice in the hallways of their school.
That's crazy.
They don't have a track.
Come on.
It's only, I think, 2 football fields in the city for all the high schools and football. And they're going to build a 5,000 seat stadium for football and soccer.
Beautiful.
So had dinner with him tonight, and it was just it was great, man. And of course we got to talk about his sons, who UConn is now number 3 in the country, undefeated. Yep. Arizona State is only 1 loss right now, so it was a good time. Okay. So question answered. Yeah.
Yes. Because the debate was when you wasn't here, they said he's having dinner with the legendary Hurley, and so I asked which one, because to me it was only one legendary coach. He said legendary Coach Hurley. I said it was only one legendary Coach Hurley.
That's it. And so the other ones are coaches.
Yeah, I know they're all coaches.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend. Yeah. There you go, Hawk. Now, basketball wise, right? But they both legends, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Basketball wise,
Bobby's a legend.
Still,
Danny, I don't know.
Bobby still holds the NCAA record.
Bobby's a legend. Danny's not a legend.
Even Danny, that name.
Danny can coach.
Danny can coach. Yeah, he could definitely coach.
Seen Danny up close and personal on the basketball court. So no, I'm not going there.
He was better than me.
He can play. He could play too.
Not going there, Hawk.
Coach said he could play.
He could play. I've seen him. I've seen him play personally.
Yeah. He'll give you buckets.
Oh, he can take them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can take buckets too.
You used to chef him up, Wes?
He wasn't
in the bubble. Yes,
yeah, you used to chef him up.
In the bubble.
Okay. Talk about it. Listen, what happened? Don't still skate around it, brother.
Remember Rabimbis? He was like an Indian looking dude.
Yep.
Caver.
Jose remembers. Yep.
Jose Rabimbis, Kemba, Danny, and the hair came in with Jerry Walker.
Yep.
They all came into the bubble one day, and we had 5 out there. And trust me, they was giving the hair and Caver were unguardable.
Yes.
But they weren't talking anything. They weren't saying anything. They knew they were comfortable in their unguardable space. And they weren't saying anything. Rabimbis, Jerry Walker wasn't saying nothing either, because he was barely to be honest with you, everybody was on the team that I was on. They were in awe of the hair, Caver, and Jerry Walker.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Rabimbis was a towel waver, right? Because all he did was wave ML Carr. So he was a target, a mark, right? And so and Hurley. And you know how black people are. You got to show me.
Yep.
So that's what it was. It was just, it was going back and forth, but I wasn't impressed. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's it.
He wasn't the best.
I think he's a great player. I'm not gonna shit on him and say he can't play, but I'm saying that it was just like, Bobby was phenomenal. That's what I'll say.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Danny
Hawk
wasn't
like
the
to hear
best.
that because Hawk barely think I can play. Hawk think I can barely play basketball. So
But them other jokers you talked about was Terry was a lottery pick, and Caver was a 6'6" point guard before they had 6'6" point guards.
Yeah.
And Jerry was just a man child.
Yeah, Jerry was a beast. The hair was a freaking. You come over half court, he's shooting and he's making it. And I always felt like Caver got a raw deal playing at Seton Hall because Danny was there.
Yeah, you're 100% correct.
That's how I feel. Like Caver was always the better player, and Carlissimo played Danny instead of Caver.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Caver was a monster.
Because he was getting all them players from St. Anthony's, and he had to keep getting them.
Yeah, well, because Caver was a monster at McCorston.
Caver played against Caver in high, grew up with Caver actually.
He was a monster.
He was the first
those long arms. Those long arms that he had. Yes. He was a defensive stopper before people really understood what that was. Like that 6'4", 6'5" long guard frame. Yep. They didn't understand what that was. He was like a freak.
Yeah, he was a big guard before there were big guards.
Yeah. I was like, man, he's a beast.
Yep. He probably should have gone to Rutgers, actually, to be honest with you.
He should have gone to Rutgers. Yeah.
But Seton Hall was kind of running Jersey then.
They were.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
I mean, Terry was this freaking.
Yeah, we got to get him on the show, Coach.
It's tough, man, because he got the young kids, and at night, when he's trying to put them to bed.
Yeah, makes sense.
Terry's just like whoever out there. It don't matter who out there. He probably see 1,000 jokers out there. He's still shooting. He's still hitting jumpers on people. Like it don't matter what you do. That's how he was.
My greatest fact about Terry is that he didn't even. St. Anthony's was so good back then. He didn't even start till he was a senior.
I heard that.
And by the end of that season, he probably was the best person on the team. But he didn't even start till he was a senior.
Terry was nice.
Yeah, that machine. St. Anthony's was a machine, bro.
Yeah, well, it was machine back.
They were the best team in the country for a few years.
Yeah.
For a few years. The best team in the country.
That team he was on had 3 lottery picks. And they go down as the best team ever in the state of New Jersey.
Listen, but Bobby Hurley and Duke against UNLV when they got doored by 38 before Grant came, Bobby's freshman year.
Yep.
He was the only one that played the whole 40 minutes, even getting doored. And when Grant Hill stepped on that court, and he had another horse to go with him.
Yeah, they balled out. They balled out.
Now I also went on record to say that I think that was a game that people were paid, but
definitely.
Because Augman was shooting threes, Larry Johnson was shooting jumpers, and I think Greg Anthony had 3 offensive fouls.
Yeah. No, they definitely got paid.
Yeah.
Right, man. Yo, man. So yeah, we'll pick some games before we get out of here.
Yes, sir. What's the list?
I got it.
I got the 49ers losing. I just put that on record.
Stop it.
Short week, man. Short week.
I actually do. That's one of my my top dogs.
Okay. We got oh, it's the wrong week. Let me get to this week.
It's week 15, right?
Yeah.
I got it up.
Oh, you got it up? Okay, we'll go with it then.
Well, you said Seahawks is going to win that 49ers game, right? Everybody going with the Seahawks?
Yeah, going with the Seahawks on that one.
I got the Seahawks.
Week 15. I got the Seahawks.
Colts, Vikings.
I got the Vikings.
I got the Vikings.
Vikings.
Ravens, Browns.
I got the Ravens.
At Browns.
I got the Ravens.
I got the Browns. I got the
Browns.
What y'all think about Deshaun Watson?
I think it's gonna take a couple of weeks, but he looked like he ain't playing 2 years.
Yeah, that's exactly how he looked, and he looks like he's not getting massages anymore.
He got a girlfriend now.
Uh-oh.
I bet he do.
So she's a massage therapist, huh?
I don't know what she is, but she was at his first game in Texas, and they showed his girlfriend and everything like that. I was like, okay, this how we doing it. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Dolphins at Bills.
Bills. Anything under 75 degrees for the Dolphins, they can't play.
You said at Bills?
Yeah.
At Bills, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bills.
And what we think about Tua?
Tua looked awful on Sunday night.
Yeah, against the Chargers.
I think he's gonna play a good game. I think he's gonna keep it close.
He looked so bad.
I think it's supposed to be like 4 inches. It's supposed to be snowing, so I like the.
They had heaters. They had
Bills
heaters
all day.
at the Rams game. They were rocking heaters at the Rams game.
Yeah, they ain't ready.
Hey, I would just give the ball to Tyreek Hill every time.
But the Dolphins gonna keep it close. They'll cover that number.
We'll
If
see.
you say so.
Eagles, Bears.
Eagles.
Yeah, I got Eagles.
Lions, Jets.
Lions.
Where is it?
Jets.
I got the Jets.
I'm gonna take the Jets.
I got the Lions. Steelers, Panthers.
I'm gonna
go Panthers.
I got the Steelers.
I got Steelers.
At Panthers, I got the Panthers.
I got Mike Tomlin getting to 6-8. He got 4 games left to get back to 500.
Yeah, he got to get to 500.
Chiefs at Texans.
Chiefs.
Falcons at Saints.
Ooh.
That's a big game.
Falcons at Saints.
That division is still wide open.
I'm gonna go Saints, but I think that's a big game.
I'm gonna go Saints too.
I'm gonna go Saints too.
I'm gonna go Saints. Game of the week. I don't know. Cowboys, Jaguars.
I got Jaguars.
I like the Cowboys.
Jags will keep it close, but Cowboys will win.
Nah, I got the Cowboys in that.
Man, my heart said Cowboys, but my head saying at Jaguars.
I think that this Texan game was a wake up call. And
I hope so.
It's gonna be a close game, but they're gonna look different. That's what I'm trying to say because it's a road game, and it's the NFL, man. Cats don't want to lose.
Yeah.
All right, Cowboys. Cardinals at Broncos.
Broncos.
Patriots at Raiders.
Patriots.
Ooh.
What y'all think
the Raider
about
players still haven't learned how to navigate through Las Vegas. It's Patriots.
Yeah. What y'all think about the boy last night?
Who? Matt Jones?
Yeah.
He played all right.
This is last year in New England.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be there no more. They're gonna go with the other dude. He might draft another quarterback.
Oh no, Brady coming back for his last year.
Now Brady going to San Francisco to finish that out.
He better retire, bro.
He going home.
He got to retire.
He got to retire.
Doesn't seem like he gonna retire though.
Bro, the way he look right now, he need to retire. Yeah. It looks all bad, and why risk your health?
He's going to come back, go to San Fran, and finish out his career in his hometown because you know that defense is dope, and he got a shot.
Mm-hmm. That would give him a shot.
He ain't taking Purdy's job.
Yes, he is. Shanahan gonna give him Purdy's job.
Nah,
and he gonna teach. I'll teach Purdy.
Okay, let's see.
That could work.
Let's see. Titans, Chargers.
Chargers.
Bengals, Buccaneers.
Bengals.
Giants.
But the Buccaneers need that game.
They do. But I got the Bengals. They don't care how much they need. They're getting it.
We're going to finish these last two. Giants, Commanders.
A tie game. They're going to be a tie.
They're going to be a tie.
2 ties in a row. I got the Giants.
I got the Commanders.
I got the Commanders.
You got a tie, Coach?
Yep.
All right, we'll hold you to it. Rams, Packers. Got the
Packers.
I got the Packers.
All right, I got a question. Is Bengals for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, because your man Joe Burrow's done switched his fashion game up.
He got 3 dope wide receivers, and they got a good offensive line, and they block. They block for him.
Yeah.
And the defense is formidable.
Defense is definitely solid.
Yep.
They're
he's the truth. He's one of the best.
Yeah. Joe Burrows is nice.
He's going to be top 3 for years to come.
Yeah.
Period.
Really? He is really nice with it.
That 1 and 2 spot, I mean, but that cat, Joe Burrow's nice.
Yep.
Who's the best quarterback in football right now?
I like his swagger, man.
Who's the best quarterback in football right now?
Is he Jalen Hurts or Mahomes?
Mahomes is the best quarterback in football.
Mahomes the best quarterback in football.
Did you see that pass he threw with the shuffle?
The shuffle pass? Yeah.
Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. Jalen Hurts is having the best year.
There you go.
And Joe Burrow is definitely one of the I say definitely right now would be top 5 in the league for sure. But I know he's 2-0 against or 3-0 against Mahomes, but I just like Mahomes better.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, I do too.
Mahomes can throw the ball any way you can think of.
You know, I like Mahomes. What people sleep on when it comes to quarterback, Burrow is good at doing things when things are structurally in control and right.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Pat Mahomes is a great quarterback because it don't all got to be right for Pat.
It don't matter.
Good.
Yep.
That's the difference between what I think about quarterbacks, man.
In the pocket, out the pocket.
Joe Burrow is dope. It's just like he got 3 dope wide receivers, got a good running game, and everything is structured for him to be good, and he's making the best of it. But Pat Mahomes don't need everything to be perfect in order for him to be great. That's why I got him as the best quarterback.
That cat he won a game, a playoff game, being sacked 9 times. He had no line.
I get it, but he got sacked 9 times because he can't go nowhere. That's a part of it too. So that's part of his deficiency. So everybody doesn't have a great line, and sometimes your line breaks down, and you got to be able to move in the pocket.
Let's factor. We got to factor everything in.
That's the full gamut. So 9 sacks. Some of that has to do with the quarterback too, not just the line. So sometimes you hold the ball too long because you want to make that big play, and he's one of those guys too. He can make the big play, but he might hold the ball to do that. But when things break down for Mahomes, he might have a bad game.
Improvise.
He can ad lib and he can be successful when things aren't the best. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it. But I think the next I still like Herbert. I think Herbert is really good. He's got things to do as well. He's not ready, but he's got the skill set. I like Jalen Hurts' skill set.
Yeah.
I love I like Lamar. I just wish Lamar could just get his hands on some wide receivers.
Yeah.
Hey,
I know what we haven't spoken on. OBJ, where is he going?
He's not healthy enough though. That's the problem.
I don't think he's going anywhere till next year.
Yeah, he'll be a Cowboy next year.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah. He can't play this year. He got to be real with himself. You can't expect a team to want to invest in you for a playoff game when they're going into the playoffs and it's the unknown. They don't have, it's one and done in football. I can't even get mad at the Cowboys for doing what they did, or even any team, Buffalo for that matter, or the Giants. You're not going to take OBJ in the playoffs. Like, the whole chemistry thing is a factor.
Yeah, it is.
You got,
and then you start trying to get him the ball because, like, a guy like what's his name, what's the quarterback in Buffalo?
Allen.
Josh Allen. You get caught up in a name because you got him. You got a name. You got.
And you start looking for him.
Yeah, you start looking for him. You know, so it's just that's what I'm saying. You know, I think he next year. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't end up in Dallas. I don't think he's gonna have it with him till next year.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But I'm not sold on Dallas either. Like, he probably want to go somewhere much warmer. Like, Dallas is not the coldest, but it's also not the warmest.
Yeah, but it's no taxes too.
Beckham liked the show. Beckham liked the show, man. Dallas is like, he loved the soap opera, man. He want to be around that drama, man. He loved going to the Mavericks game and everybody watching. Like, we didn't even know what the hell he did in Buffalo. No one cared what he did in New York. He got to Dallas. Everybody's watching every move he made.
Yeah, but you need a warmer environment is more helpful to the knees.
Yeah, he's gonna be okay. But I was shocked what the Cowboys did, but I was extremely pleased.
Yeah,
I love T.Y.
Hopefully T.Y. have some left.
I love him.
Yeah, he just needs somebody smart that's going to play at that third spot.
And, because he can make the other guys better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got CD Gallup and Hilton. That's not bad.
If that Steele injury don't hurt us, that T.Y. Hilton thing is definitely going to help us because that stacks the deck on offense. We should have everything we need.
Yeah, that Steele thing was huge.
Yeah, I know. We just got to hope Tyron Smith comes back and,
So you put Tyron Smith
back this week?
Smith is back, but I guess Smith goes to left tackle. The other Smith goes to left guard. You keep the center where he's at. And I heard they talk about moving Connor McGovern to right guard and making Zach Martin the right tackle.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of movement.
Zach Martin don't want to be a right tackle, though, but they think he's the best option, which I don't disagree with. And I like Connor McGovern inside more than outside. And Jason Peters is 41, man.
Yeah, he's good. He's good to fill in, spot, little rotation guy. But
20 snaps, maybe 25 snaps, but 41, he can't play a full game.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Wow. All right, gentlemen. It's been a long one.
Yes.
Good one. Good conversation. Good conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
Any parting words before you break out?
Make sure y'all watch that France-Morocco game tomorrow at 2 p.m.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Root for Morocco.
Yeah, okay.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Thank you,
fellas.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace. Have a good week.